turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Personalize the way you see everything, and then conquer. Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S-switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
I've been waiting for so long. Now those feelings are so gone. I don't care what else goes on. We will take you away in the night when you see me, and I'm feeling free. Leave me to play.
We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt.
Fire.
Prasant today.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes.
Oh no! Pants! Oh, crap!
Personalize the way you see everything. And then conquer. Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Well, good evening, everybody. 6:30 p.m. IST means we are back on with the action called ESL India Premiership 2017 Summer Season Phase 2. We are now going to be streaming the Day 14 live stream to you guys on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India Premiership, which has been brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Zowie by BenQ. Of course, organized by your peeps at Nodwin Gaming. And for those who keep on wondering who is this guy who keeps coming in between games and talks randomly, I don't talk randomly. I'm the guy who takes you through the games as in when they happen, each and every time they happen. My name is Vagish Godslayer Bhan, and I'm your host for the ESL India Premiership 2017. Now, moving on, people, for those who really want to be a part of this great Indian esports movement, as we'd like to call it here at Nodwin Gaming, well, it's pretty simple. You see, we're just about to get done with the Phase 2. The playoffs are around the corner, and so is the Phase 3, the final phase of the ESL India Premiership 2017's summer season. Now, all you gotta do to become a part of this mean machine is very simple. You see the link on the screen right about now? Well, all you gotta do is follow that link, go onto the page it takes you to, and register for the games you want to participate in. It's as simple as that. It's just like point and click, point and click. Alright, moving on, people. We have some excellent games lined up for you. We have a Clash Royale match which will decide who is leading the tables in the Masters League. We have a Dota 2 match also lined up for you. We have a Counter-Strike Global Offensive match also lined up for you, because this is the ESL India Premiership 2017. We only showcase the best. No, we do everything. We just bring forth the best out of all the teams here. And trust me, the competition's this time too high. Too high. And it's amazing to see all these teams trying so hard, vying for the first position. You see so many ups and downs, so many Masters team got relegated to the Challenger League, and so many Challenger Leagues teams and players got promoted to the Masters League. There's constant flux here. You see players who you deem will do well doing not so well, and you see black horses. Semperix in the Counter-Strike Global Offensive realm is one such dark horse. We will come back to those teams and where they stand, but first, let's give you a quick sneak peek as to what's happening today. Alright, as you guys can see it on your screens already, we have Prasant PP Pandey going off against Haseeb Iqbal Nazir. Now, everybody who's like literally religiously followed us for this entire phase would know you do not, and I will quote again Samuel L. Jackson, like indirectly, you do not mess with Haseeb Iqbal Nazir. That's a guy, he will throw stone golems at you. Under no circumstance do you offend this guy. No, I'm just kidding. Well, Haseeb Iqbal Nazir is going to go against Prasant PP Pandey, and this match will also decide who takes the top spot in the Masters League standing in the Phase 2. Because moving on, after the best of 5 of Clash Royale, we have Aggressive 5 having a showdown against Entity Esports, now known as Entity Gaming. Whereas off stream, we have 4 Miracle versus Team Buridza. And 8 p.m., we have Entity Gaming having a showdown against Dead Dream. Whereas Trademark Gaming will have a go at Team Brutality. Now that we have showcased to you what games are happening today, let's quickly take a quick look at the standings of the Masters League table of Clash Royale. Now, Now, in Clash Royale, Haseeb Iqbal Nazir is standing on top right now. Before this match begins, he's currently leading the Wolf Pack. He's got 15 points. He's played 6 matches. He's got 5 matches to his name as wins, only 1 match as a loss. The same story holds for Prasant P. Pandey. That's why I said it. The moment I came on screen for you guys, where you're joining us on the Facebook page, on the YouTube gaming channel, I told you guys, this match decides it. So Prasant P. Pandey has the similar stats, is on the second position, is fighting for the top spot today against Haseeb Iqbal Nazir. Now moving on, we have Ruben Dikuna here. Ruben Dikuna is in the third position. He's got 15 points. He's played the quota, all the entirety of the quota of the 7 matches he is supposed to play. He has also garnered 15 points out of those 7 matches because he's lost 2 matches out of those 7 matches and won 5. And Mrin Lakar, on the other hand, is a different story. Our champ from last year is having a tough time in phase 2. What's happening here is the fact that Mrinmoy Lakar is in the 4th position with 12 points and 7 matches to his name, wherein he's lost 3 matches. And our Devil's Twin, Tahir Devil's Twin Sharif, is in the 5th position with 9 points to his name, 7 matches played, and 4 matches as losses for him, and 3 matches as wins. Now, Jimit Bhatt is another different story. He comes in the 6th position with 6 points out of the 7 matches he's played, and he's only managed to win 2 of those. And the same story goes from Vikram Asopa, who stands in the 7th position with 6 points, 7 matches played, 2 wins, 5 losses. Now, Deepak Mehudi Mehta is the guy under the guillotine here right now because he stands this very, very, very valid chance to get relegated because he's managed to only scrunch 3 points out of the 7 matches he's played. He's only managed to win 1 game out of the 7 matches he's played. So now Deepak Mehudi Mehta is the guy who is in the relegation zone, and joining him in this capacity is none other, as you guys would have figured, the 7th position, Vikram Asopa, because both of these players did not have a great run in the phase 2, and they will be facing the axe today. Now moving on, let's quickly have a word about who these players are, who are having a showdown against each other today. We have Prasant P. Pandey versus Haseeb Iqbal Nazir. Now Haseeb, as you know, he is a behemoth when it comes to his game. But first, we will also understand the fact that this is his moment to ensure that he remains at the top consecutively for the second phase. Like, this guy is from Mumbai. He's one of the top players he was one of the top players in the Challenger 2 of the ESL India Premiership 2016 edition. He stood first in the summer season phase 1. He is looking forward to maintain that same story this phase again, because he's currently leading the pack and he would definitely not want to relinquish this awesome duty to Prasant P. Pandey, who is in the 2nd position. And now Prasant P. Pandey, he stood 5th in the Clash Royale Summer Season Phase 1 Master League. He has turned out to be a giant killer this time around because he has beaten strong players such as Mrin and Devil's Twin already, but unfortunately his clear track record suffered a defeat against Challenger League player Ruben Dikuna. Now, Prasant has 15 points. He's got 6 games down. This is going to be his final game, and he currently stands first in the phase 2. He currently stands second in the phase 2 Clash Royale Master League standings. This is his moment of glory. This is his chance to convert his 2nd position to a 1st position. Now, for those who have been following the ESL IP, as we like to call it, considering we are the millennial generation, and we like to abbreviate things, so we thought, why not make ESL India Premiership also a cool abbreviation, so we made it ESL IP. And just to let you guys know that Ruben, in an off-stream match, considering we're done with all the matches of Clash Royale except this one. So Ruben won against Tahir, Devil's twin Sharif, and he won this with a score line of 3-1 in his favor. Whereas Jimit Bhatt was defeated by Tahir Devil's twin Sharif, and the score line in his match read 3-1 in favor of Tahir Devil's twin Sharif. Now moving on, people, the best of 5 of Clash Royale is just about to begin, and let me remind you guys, this is your one-stop destination to know what's the latest big thing when it comes to the players and the teams who are involved in this year's edition of ESL India Premiership 2017 summer season. We had 3 seasons, summer season's already going on. We are inching closer day by day to the grand day, the 2-day event, the LAN event, which is going to be held in Mumbai. And that's where we will get to see who will be winning the summer season of the ESL India Premiership 2017. We're going to have 2 more seasons. We're going to have a fall season. We're going to have a winter season. Now, as I told you guys, you can check it out on the website also, that the fall season is going to culminate in Hyderabad and the winter season in Delhi. Now, each season has its own 3 phases with concurrent simultaneous games running side by side in the 3 leagues. We have a starter league, we have a challenger league, we have a master league, and all the 3 games are Clash Royale, Dota 2, and Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Like I said earlier, I'll repeat it again. You too can become a part of it. The link, follow it, register, become a part of ESL IP. But right now, best of 5 of Clash Royale. It's going to be casted by none other than Manoj Supergola, joined by Shaurya there. So guys, I hope you guys are ready for this amazing showdown to see who takes the first position.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the daily stream of the ESL India Premiership. This is day 14 and what is the last day before the relegation matches. I am Manoj Supergola and with me is...
Hey guys, Shaurya Dominant Recluse Kumar here again. And we have Haseeb versus Prasant today, man.
These guys are the top two spots in the leaderboards. This is going to be some exciting, I guess. I think Haseeb has gone back to using his golem deck. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, we did see the Elixir Collector come out, so that might be the case. I mean, I'm hoping it's not, but...
It's a golem deck, man.
Who's gonna blame him, man? Last day of phase 2, right? You want to put up a good showing?
Yep, and Haseeb is tied with PP at 15 points for the leaderboard. So I guess,
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have to remember, it's not just bragging rights. Leader of the leaderboard gets 10,000 rupees.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people don't realize. I mean, the prize pool for the entire tournament is
huge.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of money on the line, and these matches. I mean, sure, it's just a game, but the esports is really changing the whole situation quite fast. And Haseeb, he's having he's not quite beating down the tower like his deck is supposed to. He's trying, but that tower is not falling easily.
Well, we have seen the P.E.K.K.A.s and the Night Witches completely destroy golems, so I guess Prasant has made I wouldn't even call it a gamble, man. He just knew Haseeb was going to use a golem deck and he just made a counter deck for it. There is no other explanation.
Yeah, it's not even... there is absolutely no one who is surprised that Haseeb is playing his golem deck again. I mean, Prasant, he just knew that. I mean, there was no question about it. So, the thing is, when you play a golem deck, right, the Elixir Collector, the Elixir Collector is just such a powerful card that it demands to be answered immediately. And you're going to see that again and again. You're going to see the Elixir Collector come down, and you're going to see Prasant just lightning it immediately because he cannot let that card get any value. And that was a strong tornado over there. It's going to hold up Haseeb's troops for a while, but that is like again a powerful offense that is mounting. The Night Witch, just look at it, man, going at the golems, and it splits the golems even before they're able to reach the tower. Oh, that tornado and the lightning come out. So, I mean, yeah, it is back and forth, but nobody's really in like, a dominating position as we've seen so many times in these matches. Exciting. And we have Prasant with the surprise graveyard as his last card come out. Oh man, I did not expect that.
So the 3 minutes of the game are almost over and there is no significant damage on either tower. Looks like this has to be decided in the 3 minutes of overtime.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we even saw a tie come out.
Unlikely. I think Haseeb is going to start overcoming the defenses.
Of course, Haseeb's deck, I mean, it does again perform better the more elixirs given. But we saw that lightning over there coming out just before the P.E.K.K.A. And if it could have hit the P.E.K.K.A., that would have been some crazy value for the save.
Well, Prasant has already gotten some crazy value.
Yeah, but as it stands right now, Prasant, it does mean that Prasant is going to be the one who's mounting an offense, and we are going to see the Baby Dragon come out to try to stop that graveyard. Ooh, man, that log is going to get a lot of value right there, yep. And you saw that. We see the skeletons come out along with the Evius to deal with the Night Witch. And Haseeb defended that very well. And this is where we see Haseeb's expertise come out. Like, it's not just that, we rag on Haseeb again and again for playing the same deck, but he just plays the deck so damn well. Yeah.
We've seen those logs do in this match, right? Like you said, right? Those value logs right there. But as I've said that...
What was that tornado by Prasant? I am absolutely not sure what he intended to... what he intended to achieve by them. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. But, I mean, he did get the tower down to 900 HP, so he knows what he's doing, I guess, better than I do. We see the P.E.K.K.A. come out. They're going to meet the Golem on Prashant's side of the map. But we do see the Skellies as well as the minions come out. And Prasant is just going to tornado all of that. And that's a really strong tornado. I mean, that Executioner is going to get a lot of damage out. We see Haseeb forcing out lightning just to deal with that Executioner, and the Night Witch now coming out. now Haseeb might be in some trouble because he does not have a clear answer for the graveyard. You can see, oh man, that tower might just fall. Yeah,
Maybe it's going to fall. Okay, so Haseeb's golem deck has been defeated. Haseeb's golem deck has been defeated by Prasad. Okay, so looks like we might have a new king of the leaderboard for phase 2, don't you think?
you know, I mean the play right there, at the end of the match by Prasant was beautiful. I mean, he countered Haseeb's deck exactly the way that he could. He baited all of Haseeb's cards out, and the moment that he knew that Haseeb did not have an answer, Haseeb did not have the elixir, he had not cycled his cards fast enough, he played that graveyard. The baby dragon came out, but that was not enough. That was not nearly enough, and Haseeb losing game 1.
I wouldn't say Haseeb lost it. I think Prashant won it, dude. He clearly outplayed Haseeb, so can't really put the onus on Haseeb for this.
I mean, I'm just saying wise words by Manoj Gola. It's not like Haseeb lost the game, but Prashant won it.
Yeah, right. How many mistakes did you see Haseeb make?
Dude, at the end, that's all he needed to make. That's the point, right? That's what happens when you're playing at this level. Just one small mistake is enough for the opponent to capitalize on the situation. And that's all that happened. Haseeb, like, it wasn't, you won't even say it's a misplay. Prashant just played that beautifully.
Yeah.
That was just really good clash come out. And we are waiting for game 2. The caster, I guess, I mean, the players are taking a bit of a break. I think Haseeb is going to go and do some inner reflection and, figure out what he can change, because I don't think he's been in this position before.
I'm just imagining Haseeb's face right now, like one of those memes. What just happened? He's just sitting at the table over a cereal bowl.
So, do you think these guys mostly play on their iPad, or they play on just phones? Just imagining these guys crouch in front of a tiny screen and like.
I know Munin plays on a pretty large screen, but I don't know about Haseeb and Prashant.
I don't know. Interesting. Night Witch is not a surprisingly good tank killer, man. Look at the stats on that card. Constantly spawning ads that are going to deal chip damage to anything that's played, as well as having insanely high DPS on its own. It was destined to be a tank killer, man. I mean, both the new cards, I think. We haven't seen the the Dart Goblin come out, right? Oh, and both players putting down Elixir Collector.
So Golem versus Golem. What a wonderful surprise. Or maybe Prashant is playing a Three Musketeer deck. I hope.
It could be. It's possible. But so.
No, it's a Golem deck. It's a Golem deck.
Yeah,
Golem versus Golem mirror match. Yes, we are gonna have a lot of fun casting this hand.
You know what? If either of these guys had not started Elixir Collector in their opening hand, the game would be going a completely different way right now. I mean, I'm not going to say it was over, of course, but it would be going a complete. So this is interesting. They're not playing the same Golem deck, because I don't think Haseeb is running a Night Witch. I haven't seen him play one yet. And knowing Haseeb, he's quite happy playing, cards that he knows. And the lightning missing the Golem over there.
Did it though?
I didn't miss. Did I miss that, or did the lightning miss the Golem?
The Golem was already too far ahead. I think he just hit the other unit so that the little Golem babies can get some damage onto the tower.
I'm really surprised. No, he's definite. Come on, dude. He got 1k chip damage. I say that with air quotes because that's a lot of damage. That's not a small mistake over there. I'm pretty sure the lightning was intended to hit the Golem.
Perhaps he lagged, because it's not like Haseeb to misplace a lightning, right? We have seen his beautiful...
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm wondering. Like, I was doubting myself that, wait, did I just see that, or did Haseeb miss his lightning over there? Of course, we are going to see... Okay, so we see the Night Witch come on, and just look at that damage.
Look at that, dude.
Man.
Okay.
It's disgusting. And then 4 bats, man, when it dies, it's like a walking graveyard. And that's not going to be enough. I mean, the Golems are going to get the tower down quite low. I mean, Prasant just seems to be content ignoring them, so they might just get the tower. Although, of course, Haseeb has Golems knocking down on his door.
Oh,
yeah, tell me.
I'm guessing both the towers will go down in this before we go to overtime.
I mean, yeah. Prashant's start is low enough to fall to, I think, lightning, and if it not just lightning, it will definitely fall to a lightning and lock combo. And another thing for you guys to see is just how these guys keep consistently placing I don't know if again I don't know if Haseeb was just if that was a genuine oops or if he was just getting some chip damage off on the tower because Haseeb needs to get that tower down. 15 seconds later, it's not going to matter how much damage he has on the other tower because the game is just going to end. Yep, battle ends. He has 10 seconds left. Haseeb, I think, is just going to wait to defend. Yeah, he's going to play the lightning out, so he has some more time. But wow, I mean, yep, that game is done. Prasant just running away with that one. I mean, he has a full health golem just walking around over there. Fantastic play. Prasant, man.
Haseeb is getting destroyed even though he's playing his strongest deck, even though he's playing the same deck that he's used to defeat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other people in an undefeated series. He just got wrecked by Imran a couple of days ago, but now he's getting wrecked by Prasant. Now, this is something new. I hope he starts changing his deck now.
Yeah, what? I mean, Haseeb himself, right, coming out and asking for 2 minutes. That's not common, guys. I mean,
he needs some time. He needs some time to reevaluate his life decisions, starting from where he went to school and what has led him to use this golem deck and start losing in phase 2.
I mean, seriously, man, what happened over there, man?
I think so. I guess the new Nightwitch being an anti-tank unit, it has just catalyzed everybody's counters to Haseeb. Everybody knew Haseeb is going to play a golem deck, so why not just make an anti-golem deck with the new wonderful card and win?
I mean, while I don't disagree that the Nightwitch is a very strong anti-tank card, but that doesn't mean that other anti-tank cards don't exist, man. I mean, it dies to lightning just like in Inferno Tower, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, it is less elixir, but still, I don't see how, like, my main point is I refuse to believe that the introduction of one card just throws Haseeb completely off his game.
No, I'm saying it catalyzed the process. I'm not saying it is the sole source.
Yeah, of course.
People were going to build good counters to him, but this new card being so awesome, it just helped the process move along a little faster.
That is true. Both the new cards, I think, are definitely overpowered. They're going to need some tuning to get them back in line.
So before the third game starts, looks like Haseeb requires a little more time. I'd like to take a moment to mention our sponsors. Our title sponsor, HP by Omen. We also have Zoe by BenQ, as well as HyperX. And we at Nordwind Gaming are proud to present this production to you every day at 6:30 without fail.
Yep. I mean,
who else is going to do esports in India? Esports in India? That's Nordwind Gaming. That's it. There's nobody else.
Okay, then. But no, man, Nordwind Gaming, I mean, definitely shout out to these guys because they are the ones who let me cast these tournaments. And it's a lot of fun, honestly. Yeah, really enjoyed this. So thanks,
big shout out
guys.
To everybody at Nordwind Gaming, the production team. Like, we have Kunal, we have Kunal, who's taken an off today. But yeah, shout out to Kunal, shout out to Gautam, shout out to our host, Vagish. Shout out to our supports team, people down in the basement doing all the busy work for us, Kevin.
Adminning the tournaments, I mean, a lot of work does go into all these things, you know. Yeah. And we are going into game 3 now. So what do you think? Do you think Haseeb is going to, we're going to see Imran versus Haseeb happen again and 3-0, Haseeb is just going to go down without a fight?
I don't know, man. It might be fun to have a new leaderboard. Haseeb is playing a half-sided.
Okay.
He's playing one of the cheapest decks ever. Okay, so this is
Haseeb is just like, okay, so if that's not working out, and look at that, dude, he got half the tower down, and Prasant is just sitting there with like the phone in his hand, thinking like, what just happened right now? Oh man! That tornado and that lightning did a lot for Prasant over there. If he didn't have a card that could have dealt with the Executioner, then he would be in some serious trouble because that tornado. So the tornado plus Executioner is just such a strong combo because the Executioner puts out so much damage, especially when he's allowed to hit multiple units on both the front and the backswing. And we're going to see. Oh, what was that log over there? I mean, the hog over there. I'm surprised he placed it after he saw the log come out. I mean, we are going to see the log get some chip damage off in the tower. I'm surprised he did play it so that he's also going to hit the Elixir Collector over there. But having 2 Elixir Collector down is definitely problematic for Haseeb. So I'm waiting to see how he deals with this one, man.
You know, I remember watching this match, except the player names are on the opposite sides.
Oh, man. I don't know how this is gonna end. I'm just waiting, like patiently, because I really want to know. This is like a finale to like some anime that I've been waiting for the past few weeks. That golem is that golem's gonna take down the tower, and that means Haseeb is in some serious trouble. Yep, 66 HP is not much. One hit goes down. We have a baby dragon supporting it. That executioner is not gonna be enough. I mean, when you have 2 elixir collectors down, what is a man to do, Gola? What is a man to do?
Apparently play a hawk cycle deck.
Oh man, that hog. I mean, I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, the Skellies come out. He's going to get a second hit. A log will be enough to finish it off, but that does not mean anything, man. I mean, Haseeb is still in the defensive position. He's on his back foot. He's trying to contain that. Oh man, the lightning destroying the executioner is such bad news for Haseeb. We see the Night Witch come out. One hit from the Night Witch. That means that the Hog isn't going to get too much damage off an Ataria. Just one hit on the tower by the Hog. And we're seeing the Golems just chipping down the HP. 500 damage. 400 health, in fact. That's not much at all, man.
Guys, I'm gonna call it right now. We have a new leader because I'm sure 450 HP on the tower is going to go down in the first 30 seconds of overtime.
Yeah. Lightning plus log means that the tower dies. So this game is what? Okay, GG, guys. GG. Pretty much.
Guys, we have a new leader on the leaderboard for once.
Wow, Prasant just taking it away, guys. I don't even. Oh my god! What did I just witness?
He just 3-0'd the Golem God with his own Golem deck. That is okay. I don't even have words.
Golem deck. I mean, it did have a Night Witch, man.
But it is a Golem deck. Come on.
Prasant is so pumped, guys. I mean, you need to see this after game chat to know what I'm talking about. He is so pumped.
Oh, so this has been quite the upset. I wouldn't say upset. This has been quite the surprise. The last day.
What's interesting is also that if Prasant won, that means Prasant is first, Haseeb is second, and Ruben is at third. But if Haseeb would have won, that would have mean that Ruben is second and Prasant is third. So basically, Prasant would enter first or third, and he did clinch that victory, and he goes to the top of the spot, man. Oh my god.
This is some amazing stuff. So the brackets, I don't think they're quite updated as okay. Now they are. Look at our wonderful production team updating them live on the spot. Only here at ESL Premiership do you get such latest news while watching the stream.
Latest news. Somebody kill me, man.
Hey, it literally happened less than a minute ago. We're still talking about it. We still haven't gotten over the fact
I am still looking at this and seeing. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how do I process this. How do I live in a post-Haseeb world, guys? This is like existential crisis for me right now.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, I think that I did not expect this going into this game. This was definitely not the outcome I expected. I expected Haseeb to put out a much better showing, but I mean, he just got wrecked, son. Seriously.
3-0. That 3-0 is not a joke. 3-0 is not a joke.
3-0 is not a joke, guys.
Well, on not being a joke, let's move the show along, shall we? So Prasant, congratulations.
Have I ever told you that?
I know. I love making things awkward. The only reason things haven't gone sexual is because I don't want them to become sexual or the ESL Premiership.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so guys, thanks for watching. That was some intense Clash Royale right there.
Just imagine this is the last day before the relegations of Phase 2. This happens.
Yeah, I could. But I mean, I could just watch. Just look at Prashant's smug face, man. Even like standing in front of that sea, it's like. Prasant has a really smug face. Looking at his photo, I'm just imagining him pointing to his photo and being like, "This is the sea of all the tears that my opponents have shed."
These are Haseeb's golem tears. This is all the elixir that Haseeb took to make the golems. If you could look at the standings again, I want to talk a bit about who's going to relegations. I'm pretty curious. So looks like Jimit, Asopa, and Mehudi make up the bottom three, and looks like Asopa and Mehudi have to. No, wait. Mehudi and Asopa. Okay, these are two names I didn't expect to be in
I
the
did
relegation team.
not expect that at all. Mehudi, I still understand, but Mehudi has been someone who plays. I just noticed that Mehudi needs to get his basics down. He is missing some of
he's
them.
very erratic, right? His decks are pretty erratic.
Absolutely.
His gameplay is. I don't want to badmouth him, but I would say his phase 2 gameplay has been shoddy.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's good, but yeah, I think some of his basics need a little bit of tweaking. But I do definitely expect to see him show a strong showing later on. Once he's gotten that down. But I did not expect Asopa to be there.
Yeah, he was the third in the last standings, if I remember. I don't know. Just don't take my word for it. I am very bad with these things.
No, but I mean, seeing Asopa's play, it's not particularly shoddy or something. He is having. I mean, he does play pretty well. You can see that. So I'm just surprised to see him end up at the bottom of the standings. Yep.
Well, somebody has to be there. I guess it's time for Asopa to be there.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So who do we have at the top of the challenger? Who are the what do you call it? Aspiring players.
Well, I don't think most of the I don't think all of the challenger matches are over. So
yeah. But I'm really excited to see who replaces that. I mean, Mehudi at 3 points, man. I mean, that is a poor showing, honestly.
True.
1-6 is those are not the standings of you're going to need to pick it up, man. I mean, just look at this points table, right? It's 18, 15, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3. 3. I mean,
he's only won one game, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course, somebody had to be at 3 for the points table to be like this, but still, man, I mean, I'm just a little disappointed that it's Mehudi. Then again, out of this showing of names, who else are you going to put there? I mean, if you had to look at the names and if you had to choose 2 people who would be delegated,
honestly, I expected the newcomer. Yeah, honestly, I expected the newcomers from the Challenger League, at least one of them to be down there. But man, am I wrong?
So wait, who are the newcomers? I need some refreshing. My memory is horrible when it comes to
Jimith is the guy who got promoted from the Challenger League with a 7-0 win streak, and Ruben is the other guy.
Dude, Ruben has then torn it up, man.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up from Challenger, Ruben has been playing really well as well, honestly. I'm a little disappointed to see Mrin, honestly, at the 4th place, having earned himself the nickname of Haseeb Slayer. But I mean, Mrin, I don't know, man. He is a returning champion, and I know personally that a lot of people are supporting him, but I mean, I don't know, man. Mrin, I guess even he needs to. Some of these players do need to take a long look inwards and figure out what exactly went wrong, because I know that they can do better. I mean, I know that sounds so dad-like or something, but I do.
I'd like to be blunt in these situations and say just they need to get their shit together.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know, man.
So looking at the Challengers ranking, looks like some players haven't finished all of their matches yet. We do have Arpan at 18 points, leading the board.
Wow.
Trailing right behind him, we have George 759 Varghese at 15 points, and then Siddharth at 12 points, Jatin JB Bagoria at 9, followed by... Oh, do you remember this player called Akrid? He used to be a pro Dota 2 player, if I'm right. Now he's shifted into Clash Royale, and apparently he says he likes this pro player lifestyle more.
Okay, that's quite interesting, man. I haven't heard of too many people who moved from Dota 2 to Clash Royale. So no, I have not heard of him though.
I guess these things happen in esports.
Of course, but so I'm gonna have to go check these challenger players out. I might be casting for one of them soon, so we'll have to see how they play, and hoping that they do well. I mean, all right.
Okay. So looks like our Dota 2 game is almost ready to go. On that note, I'd like to leave you guys with our in-house host Vagish, who's going to give you some more info on the Dota 2 and CSGO matches that are coming up.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching. This has been an amazing experience. And again, I want to mention, Haseeb's Golem deck got beaten, and he shifted to Hawk Cycle deck and still got beaten. Congratulations, Prasant, on being the leader for the phase 2 of the summer season of the ESL.
Absolutely fantastic play by Prasant today.
Oh, yeah. So,
Absolutely fantastic. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and thanks for having us. We were glad to have you.
mhm.
I think we're gonna hand it over to Vigish now.
Vigish.
Vagish, dude.
Sasta Virat Kohli.
Oh my god. No, I definitely slipped. Yeah, Vagish. No.
Yeah, but we just like to call him Sasta Virat Kohli. It's a little
Hey
nickname
man,
that
come
some.
on. That's a little weird. He's not such. He's not. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, guys, stay tuned. Bye bye.
Yep.
I really need to tell everybody watching us on the Facebook page of ESL India and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India Premiership. Back when we began this journey of the summer season with the phase 1, we kept on telling you guys the reason why this year's edition of ESL India Premiership is so special is because anything's possible. Now, in the phase 1, in the Masters League, we had an undisputed champion who beat out yesteryear. When I say yesteryear, it was last year. Last year's champion, Rinmoim Rinlakar. And this time around, it just took one phase. And now in phase 2, we have a new champion on the top of the list with the name of Prasant PP Pandey, who goes home with 10K INR in his pockets. Yes, you heard me right. I'll repeat it. Prasant PP Pandey, who's right now toppled Haseeb Iqbal Nazir to gain the first position in the Masters League. Phase 2 has won 10K INR. That's how amazingly well he's played 3-0 at the end of the best of 5, and he's shown Haseeb that, you know what, bro, you ain't untouchable. Everybody's got their day. Today happens to be mine. Well played, Prashant. Well played. Absolutely exhilarating to see such players come up, rise up every single match, every single game. It's a delight to see these things happen. All right, people. Also, since moving on from the fever of Clash Royale, now we have Dota 2 lined up for you in the Day 14 live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017's Summer Seasons Phase 2, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Zowie by BenQ, and of course organized by your lovely peeps at Notwin Gaming. Thanks a lot, Manoj, Supergola, and Shaurya for taking us through the game. It was amazing indeed to hear you guys give us a breakdown of as and when the action happened. Now, focusing our attention on the 5v5 MOBA at hand, we have Dota 2 coming up between Entity Gaming and Aggressive 5. But before we move off into the game, let's quickly take a look at the standings of the Masters League table. Talking about the Dota 2 standings in the Masters League, Aggressive 5, Pasol, Orankar and gang are leading the Wolfpack with 18 points to their name. 6 matches played, 6-0 is their win-loss ratio, and so is the same story with Entity Gaming. They have 18 points, 6 matches played, all 6 of them victories. Now, Go Figure Red, the team that got promoted from the Challenger League, they are in the 3rd position, safe and snug, no harm. Would definitely have wanted to have gone up there in the 1st and 2nd position, but I think 3rd also works pretty well for them, considering it's just phase 2 for now, because they are in the 3rd position with 15 points. Out of the 7 matches they were supposed to play, they've lost 2 and won 5. Now, the Council from Bangladesh is in the 4th position. Pretty much an okay place to be in, because you don't have the fear of getting relegated. Neither do you get promoted any further, because they have one more match in hand. They have 9 points, and they have lost 3 matches out of the 6 matches they've played and won 3 of those matches. Now, 3C4DA, one of the other international teams, they are from Nepal. They've got 9 points to the name. They've played 7 matches, out of which 4 have been losses for them. Whereas Team Buridza, now they have 3 points. They're in the 6th position. They've played 6 matches and they've lost 5 of those. Whereas Stand-in 5, the team is in the 7th position with 3 points, 7 matches played and 6 are losses for them. Now, for Miracle, the other team from Nepal, has at all not even broken, like, if they have not garnered any points. They are in the last of the table. They are in the 8th position with 0 points, 5 matches played, and all 5 of them losses. That's for Miracle for you. But moving on, we have a match between two powerhouses today. We have Pasol and Gang having a showdown against Entity Gaming. So let's quickly take a look at who these teams are. Now, Entity Gaming is a team from Mumbai. They have recently acquired a pretty fancy roster, which is creating ripples in the Indian esports circuit. And the good thing is they're going global. And with that kind of weight behind your shoulders, I think they are bound to do well under pressure, because they are the only Indian team to feature foreign players. One of their players is from Clutch Gamers, and they have also managed to get a professional foreign coach. And it comes as no surprise when they dominated the phase 1 of ESL India Premiership summer season, and they will be looking forward to doing the same. They would be looking forward to repeat history all over again, because they have been one of the most consistent Dota 2 teams in the Indian subcontinent without any fail, and they are currently placed second in the phase 2 rankings table, and a win here will cement their position again as league leaders. Whereas Pasol and Gang, now Aggressive 5 is another team which gets talked about a lot, performs extremely well. It's only just that they don't have that kind of a brand figure like Entity Gaming, or they don't have those many international players, but they do the job nevertheless. Pasol and Gang are pretty much dominating when it comes to a 5v5 mobile like Dota, because again, they're a Mumbai-based team. They're led by Pasol, who is a powerhouse in itself. And the team features many prolific names in the Indian Dota 2 scene, such as Dhanit Negi, they have Prasant Bhattosai and Alavde, they have Shahbaz Pinkman Hussain, and they also boast of a talent which they have pretty recently acquired. They have Pedal Hauto Paddling Nagi, who you may know is one of the few players to feature on the global Dota 2 leaderboards. Now they, Aggressive 5, were placed second in the phase 1 of the Masters League. Now they will be looking forward to retain their top spot. Will Aggressive 5 bow down to the 5-man pressure from Entity Gaming, or will Entity Gaming succumb to some Indian Dhobi Pachard in this match? We'll find out soon when Vivek Venkat Raman takes us through the game as and when the action happens. So everybody joining us on the Facebook page.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Well, we're about to begin with the action here on the Day 14 live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017 Summer Season Phase 2. Now we have Aggressive 5 having a go against Entity Gaming. So like we were saying before, will Aggressive 5 succumb to the machine called Entity Gaming, or will Entity Gaming see the dark side of the day, considering Aggressive 5 is a team not to be trifled with? Well, for those who are wondering how to become a part of the entire hullabaloo we are putting forward to you, considering we are 3 seasons worth of fun when it comes to esports, well, it's very simple. You can see a registration link on the screen right about now, and all you got to do is follow the registration link, register for the games you want to participate in, and done. It's as simple as that. And for those who will get confused as to how to go, where to click, what to click, there are tutorial videos out on the Facebook page of ESL India. They will assist you and guide you how to, so that you can register effortlessly. It's as simple as that. So now quickly moving off into the game at hand, Dota 2 between Aggressive 5 and Entity Gaming, casted by our very own Vivek Venkatraman.
Make the ground shake.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL India Premiership Summer Phase 2. We're down to the wire here. It's Entity Esports, or rather Entity Gaming now, as they'd like to be called, going up against Aggressive 5 in a best-of-1 matchup. I believe both these teams are unbeaten today, but that's not what's exciting here. What's exciting is that we've got a threesome on stream, folks. I'm going to be joined by Vivek on my left and Gambit on my right. What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, man? This is the game we've all been waiting for, and this is the one which decides who takes home the 10,000 rupee prize as well, I believe.
What 10,000 rupee prize?
I think if you win each phase, you get a cash bonus.
Okay.
So whoever wins this is going to be winning phase 2. They will be going home.
I like how Vivek heard 10,000 rupees and suddenly thought, oh,
he thought he had a shot. Like anyone could win
Dota. But Entity Esports, they're going to be the ones with the second pick here. Aggressive 5 actually opened up with a Darkseer and a Slaughter band. Now, we saw Entity completely dismantling Go Figure yesterday, right? I think Go Figure got like 1 kill, which was probably a consolation prize, if anything.
Yeah, it was on the Darkseer.
Okay, on the offlane Darkseer at that. Okay. And I mean, Aggressive 5, they've beaten Go Figure in the ESL India Premiership, but they've also lost to Go Figure in the recent past. Do you think A5 has a shot here?
They have done better versus Entity compared to Go Figure, if that's the comparison that we're making. They've also seem to have come with a lot of research into this game because they do know like Entity Gaming has been picking up a lot of Slara and Jaquito as their opening support picks. So they're going to ban out the Slara and pick up the Jaquito. So they have come prepared at least in terms of draft. And I already like to say they're off to a good start, denying Entity two of their comfort support picks. They're also banning out the Darks here, on which Abing is an absolute monster. And I did manage to catch some of his Darks here at the Niso Galaxy battles. And he was pretty much spot on with all his initiation whenever his team needed it. But Entity Gaming, they're going to switch things up. They're going to go with the Crystal Maiden this time. Job Easy favorite, followed by what should be a BDZ Sand King.
Is it a BDZ Sand King?
They switch things up a bit. I mean, they've switched things up since Niso Galaxy Battle. So it was Job Easy who played the 5th and BDZ was the 4th. But yesterday we saw BDZ be the hard 5th and Job Easy as the 4th. But we'll see as the game progresses.
Yeah, I think it'll be Job Easy on the Crystal Maiden. That was his go-to hero in phase 1.
Yeah.
He played 6 games. So it should be Job Easy on the... But again, coming back to whether A5 can beat Entity, I think that Entity, they've not shown their full potential. They've only been playing at a level which matches the Indian teams, and it's been enough. So why do they need to come out all guns blazing? So yeah, we've not seen Entity, so it's not fair to say that it's a fair matchup in that sense. If Entity want, they can do some crazy things with the draft. It's just that they haven't.
I think at this point they're gunning to be the team that wins the entire summer phase without dropping a single game. I mean, that would be a hell of an achievement. Sure, it's only Indian Dota and whatnot, and this is an international tier team playing against them. But I'm pretty certain that they wouldn't forgive themselves if they lost a single game here as well. Mm-hmm. I think also it's fairly safe to say that we are going to see Entity Esports at the LAN of the summer phase. It's highly unlikely that they're not going to end up in the top 8 at the end of phase 3.
A5,
yeah, I think it's similar situation for A5, but it's a slightly it's a call that I'd make with a slight less bit of conviction. Sure, they're really strong and whatnot, but there are a lot of strong teams on the Indian circuit today. Go Figure is coming up. Breeze has really started to make some waves as well. Stand in 5 they've impressed me every now and then.
I think we can safely say that Entity, A5 and Go Figure will be sure shots for the LAN.
Mm-hmm.
Boriza, they might get knocked out this time, so can stand in 5. Some of the foreign teams we might be seeing is 3C4D as one, I can say for sure. Council, they have very on and off games, so again, can't go with that one.
Yeah.
So funnily enough, since foreign teams is the topic of discussion, I don't know how true this is, but somebody just commented on one of my posts that there's this team called IQ from Cambodia.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Where everybody is around 8k MMR and they're a really good team. They're in the Challenger right now. There is one more master.
There is no team called IQ Challenger.
Are you sure?
Yeah. The team who's leading the Challenger
is the Pakistani.
Gambit would know. He's been following.
It's Gaming who's leading in the Challengers. And
okay. I'm going to check on my phone.
So if they're in the starter cup, there's no way they make it. They can actually make it.
No, they can't anymore.
There's a playoff after the phase 3, right? So if they reach Challenger this time, and they phase 3, they play Challengers, and they top Challengers.
Yeah, they could.
They could come to.
They could. I mean, they're walking on thin ice, no doubt, but there is an opportunity for a team to make it through.
My concern is a little bit of a concern I have is, will the teams have enough time to secure visas after phase 2 to come to India? That's my concern here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a bridge that we'll cross when we get to it. But
I mean, we know that 3C4DF, For Miracle, and Council have already gotten the visas, and they should be able to get them once more because they do last 6 months, I believe. And it hasn't been that long since they last came here. If it's a new team, we'll have to, take it as it comes.
Yeah, if it's a new team, then they're probably gonna have to just cross their fingers and pray to RNGesus, man. But Entity Esports,
not RNGesus.
They're gonna go with Bristleback as their 3rd pickup, so that puts to rest any speculation of whether this was going to be an off-lane Sand King or a support one.
It could still be a safe lane Bristleback and an off-lane Sand King, but
yeah, it's possible, but I think it's unlikely.
It's unlikely, and I think this is a 4-position clockwork. But yeah, I mean, Aggressive I will probably give that up with the next pick. I
think Jaquito's still a decent hero against Bristleback. Slowing him down with the first skill with the Liquid Fire I think it's decent enough. When Bristleback is a hero who wants to run at you and get that quill spray damage onto you?
I don't know. I don't think it's enough, man. I do think you need a silver edge pickup, or you need a
You
life
definitely
stealer.
do. You definitely do. Slack's been banned out for that reason. And that reason only. There are a fair bit of heroes who do pick up silver edges nowadays. So
Yeah, we could see a Juggernaut come. Never mind. Juggernaut's actually been banned.
whoa,
Okay then. This is new.
Master.
Someone's been buying collector's caches by the looks of it. I don't know why you pick up a Brewmaster randomly like this out in the middle of nowhere. That too is your third pick.
I think it's the Negi Brewmaster. I don't even think Batosai plays a Brewmaster. Not too sure, but I've never seen him on that hero. Not in BI, not in.
Am I missing something here, or is Brewmaster really good versus the Bristleback? I don't see how.
It is definitely. It's definitely meant to take the Bristleback out of the fight when the team fight breaks out. But
Yeah, I get that, the Tornado is going to keep him up in the air for a really long time. You can essentially control the Bristleback with your Primal Split and your Primal Split abilities, but the Drunken Haze, the Mischance, probably effective as well versus the late game Bristleback once he's got those Warpath stacks online. But up until then, this is a tank that basically hits you with Quill Spray, and Evasion does not work against it. So I'm not too sure if it was the best choice.
But I like what A5 are doing, because all the teams that go up against Entity, they try their normal safe drafts and it never works out. So I mean, if you know you're playing from the back foot, you might as well try something wrong.
That could have actually been a random Brewmaster, by the way, because they have no more reserve time. So it's possible that it was just a random pickup.
No, I don't think so. That was the case.
Weaver coming out here from aggressive 5, but Entity has a lot of lockdown to work with already. They've got the Sand King with the Burrow Strike, Root coming out from the Crystal Maidens, Frostbite, and of course the Lasso from the Batrider, who by the way should be their off-laner officially. I would now assume that this is going to be a safe lane Bristleback after all, unless they're going to go back into the old school meta and run this as a mid Batrider.
Swift is generally not the type of player who plays the Batrider. He likes to go for a little bit of a high damage hero. Tinker, maybe the Invoker, even the SF for that matter. Even the Ember's just been removed.
Yeah, a lot of mid heroes getting taken out of the equation. Aggressive 5, are they going to run something conventional like the Lina? Is it the best pick you could have? I mean, the burst damage is good versus the Bristleback.
I don't think Aggressive 5 is going for a Lina here. I mean, they're going to run the mid Brewmaster.
I knew it. It's an offlane Brewmaster.
And then a support Clockwork. Okay, I can see that working.
Clockwork's not bad to scout out Batrider.
So I'm guessing Bartosai on the Brewmaster is going to take Drunken Haze early on and use that to trade with supports. He's going to come out on top. The mana cost is low.
Yeah, but I mean,
it could work, but
you can trade with the Crystal Maiden all you like, man. But when Crystal Maiden, Bristleback, and Sand King come running at you, I don't think the Brewmaster's got enough to survive.
Yeah. Okay, so this Cambodian team isn't there in the Challenger. As usual, listening to anybody on Facebook is usually not a reliable source.
Yeah, but apparently they've won the starter. That's what the admin is telling us on chat. So they might be in the Challenger for the next phase. And
can they still make it to the Masters?
Yeah, they can. So like Ampit said, if they end up on the top of the Challenger, they'll enter the playoffs for the Masters in phase 3. And at the end of phase 3 rather. And at the end of phase 3,
the Challenger, they're already in the Masters. It's only the second place team from the Challenger.
Yeah, my bad. If they top the Challengers, they're in the Masters. So if they top the Challengers, they essentially come into the land. Well, Swifty coming out with the Queen of Pain as the final pick here. We've seen a lot of QOPs coming out of late.
Batosai Brewmaster though, that's very, very interesting. I don't think he has more than maybe 5 competitive games on Brewmaster. I don't remember him playing that.
I don't remember him ever playing it actually.
Actually, you can tell us better if he ever played in Illusions.
Nope, never saw him playing it on Illusions. Never saw him playing it on Beyond Infinity either. I don't think.
But I'm fairly certain they've practiced this and they know that they have to. The Brewmaster is for the Bristleback, so that's why they picked it. And it is a safe lane Bristleback. Blizzard's going to be on that hero.
I also think that looking at the supports that both sides have picked up, OD might just end up coming out on top in the lane here. Because I at level 1, I don't see Crystal Maiden leaving the lane. At level 1, I don't see Sand King having enough range to harass the OD with the Burrow Strike.
Actually, on the contrary, I think Sand King and Queen of Pain would be a lot more troublesome than a Clockwork and an OD at level 1.
Okay. I'm not saying Clockwork OD is going to kill the Queen of Pain, but I think Negi might just get a better start. Just for the early levels.
It's possible, yeah. I mean, OD is really one of those volatile heroes that could win almost any lane in a given scenario.
I think Queen of Pair is a fair shot, considering with that aura backing up, he should have enough Harris to keep OD to at least in the mid HP range so that he can't play too aggressive.
So Jobies is going to start off with an observer already placed under cover of a smoke, even using the TP. There was a ping coming out up there, but now he's been spotted. Pinkman knows that there's a ward that's been dropped somewhere around here. But they're probably going to anticipate the ward is up on this cliff. This D-ward is definitely going to be a hard one. On the other side as well, Crystal Maiden walks all the way in, faking as though she's dropping down a ward, but hasn't dropped anything in that area. Ah, there we go. They did drop the sentry up there, hoping to find a D-ward. Unfortunate that they didn't read the movement right.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough lane if they don't get any pulls off. Both Clockwork and Jakiro, one of the heroes does need to pull because none of them have that instant. They don't have a positioning ability in either of them, at least in level 6 at least. So they can't really gank the mid lane. Maybe with the Astral they can walk in, but again, there is a blink.
Astral into Ice Path? Arcane now? Eclipse? Maybe.
It's,
no.
Yeah, it's
hard,
not
man.
impossible.
There's a blink on the.
Well, Blizzard just gonna try and take that rune, but there will be a thunderclap to trade hits. Oh, Bardosa is actually in a sticky situation. He should not be trading hits with Bristleback like this. The Squill spray stacks are gonna force him to chew through those tangos, and remember, he doesn't have a shrine for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, fortunately, he started out with boots first. So.
Oh man, that was the stack was still on him when he took that hit. So this is not looking very
nice. Did
nice.
start out with the mango?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's gonna have Crystal Maiden aura after a level, so he's fine. He's expending his mana like this. Back at mid, we spoke about the Sand King coming in to harass Negi. He's keeping Negi at bay, allowing Swifty to get that first level advantage. Once they get the blink on QOP, maybe they make an aggressive play on Negi, perhaps jumping behind and trying to get the kill. The battle for the range creep. Cheeky.
Swifty one.
Yeah, but it's justified, man. You do everything you can to get that range creep denied because range creeps give more bounty in the lane.
Unfortunately, they're slightly badly timed.
And he's down. So much for Brewmaster being survivable here.
They are doing their best to kind of shut down Abing though. I mean, Abing did manage to find one creep and one deny, which is better than Bartosai, but both these supports should be able to zone out Abing.
Yeah,
they should at least win the try lane or try the safe lane or try and win the mid lane.
You can't kill him though. There's no way to kill Abing here. You cog him in, he just fireflies and moves out. This is a really... It's going to be such a hard lane for A5 to play in. Abing is even coming in and being aggressive here, dropping down the sticky napalms and doing whatever little damage he can on Pinkman, but he's fine. He's alive. He's almost at level 3. He's definitely doing better than the Brewmaster, who in all likelihood might actually end up dying again if the Sand King makes another rotation. But Sand King's busy. He's going and stealing bounty runes and arcane runes right now.
I think if Pinkman manages to get a sentry off on that polycam, then it's not that bad a lane because Jakiro should be enough to harass out the at least push him out of the lane at least the back rider, and then Pinkman can safely put in stack because he really doesn't have anything else to do as such in this game. He can't either.
Job easy. Happy to get that arcane rune efficiency off. He's going to trade hits with Pinkman, but Pinkman has that battery assault. You don't want to be duking it out with him, but he's got boots. Another burst strike comes out. Bring enters the fray. Pinkman try and TP out. Sticky napalm, not doing nearly enough damage in conjunction with the Firefly, but they sent him back home anyway.
Very fortunate that Clockwork had that early TP. How does he have so much gold? He bought the boots as well.
Man down again.
Yeah, moment of hesitation coming up from Negi. Not sure whether to drop the Astral on himself or the Sand King. I guess he didn't have enough range for the Sand King just yet and ended up going down.
Yeah, but some real efficiency coming out from the Sand King. Arcane Rune to get 2 burrow strikes off on a Clockwork, then immediately moves towards the middle lane where Queen of Pain has started to zone out OD, comes in, finishes up the job, and His time spent off the lane has really been well worth its time. He's got his arcane boots 3 minutes in.
Small question, I wasn't paying attention to the draft, but did Entity choose Dire to the toss? No idea.
Not entirely sure.
I think even if they didn't, A5 prefer to play all the games on Radiant, so it wouldn't have mattered because Entity anyway prefer Dire. They've always played on Dire, so
yeah.
I think maybe that's the key to putting them out of their comfort zone. Put them on Radiant for once.
I haven't seen them play Radiant in a while.
Exactly.
4 minutes in, rather slow start in terms of kills, but still a lot of minor moves being made by Entity Esports here. Jobbisi is being an absolute pest, by the way. He's taking every single bounty rune that spawns inside the Radiant jungle. This is starting to starve Basol out a bit. And at the same time, Bristleback isn't really having trouble versus that Brewmaster either. He's up to 20 CS, he's keeping pace, he's actually keeping ahead of the Weaver on the safe lane on the side of Aggressive 5. And even BDZ is playing a little greedy. He's chosen to go into the jungle and keep farming.
Yeah. What's problematic is Negi's losing the mid lane quite hard. At least the CS battle.
And he's died, so it's
he's died. And
I think that the fact that Jakiro isn't getting the bounty runes is quite bad because he's been doing the bulk of the warding. Since Clockwork already picked up that TP, already picked up that boots. So if they don't get anything going, at least, I think the stack should be able to come through.
Yeah, you're right. I think this Clockwork has to make some plays. Considering he's been given farm priority among the two supports, he has his boots, haste rune as well. BDZ turns around, smartly done, getting that root off, but this looks like BDZ is dead. There's creeps helping out Pinkman's cause as well, but there's creeps now coming in to help BDZ. Pinkman, still with just the level 1 battery assault. Unfortunately, that's not enough to score the kill.
Therefore, lag issue for Pasol.
Pune Dota at its finest.
Yeah.
They have one more player from Pune, I believe Butterfly is playing.
What's the turnaround here for Aggressive 5? Clockwork is clearly not going to be... He's not making the plays that his team needs him to make.
Yeah, it's... the turnaround, if any, is coming on, and if there's going to be a turnaround in the early game, it's got to be at the back of Pinkman. He has to make some plays. Maybe... I guess he has the levels to do it. But all the lanes on the side of NTT seem quite hard to gank. The Queen of Pain is hard to gank. Bristle has got the farm he needs. The easiest kill on the map is the Crystal Maiden or maybe the Bat Rider when he's outnumbered. But even that's not happening right now for Aggressive 5. So
speaking of Bat Rider, by the way, he's got some stacks going for himself. So his farm rate is going up. He's going to hit level 4 by the end of this. By the time he burns through this creep camp, the shrine will be available again. So he's going to be able to go back to the lane without fear of being low on HP and mana. Efficiency again from Entity Gaming.
Yeah, but despite the debt on Bartosai's Brewmaster, he's actually pulling ahead in terms of CS compared to being on the Bat Rider.
Yeah, but that's going to change, right? If you have a look at the net worth, as of now, yeah, sure, the Brewmaster is ahead, but I think this stack should even it out again.
Yeah, definitely will.
And it's also the fact that there's no supports really helping out Entity Gaming's Bristleback, while there are supports moving all across the map, or rather supports on the side of Radiant focusing their efforts on being on the bottom lane. So him keeping pace with an uncontested offlaner is still Entity Esports coming out ahead.
If you go back to the mid lane, it looks to be Sand King looping around. I honestly think that a comeback for Aggressive 5, even if it's not a comeback, their way back in is to get some kills on the supports. Because it's really hard for them to kill the cores. Bristleback a very hard kill by itself.
Yeah.
And then the Swap has a blink. Even the Backride is a tough kill. So I think that if they try and put some pressure on the CM and the Sand King, maybe that's probably their way to at least equalize the gold and the graph.
Yeah, but I think the bigger problem is Clockwork at level 2 is not as much of a threat when running around looking for pickoffs and supports. He's going to need a Jakiro to come and back him up, but the moment that happens, Weaver gets annihilated in the lane.
Yeah, there's still that possibility of a
disaster in the mid lane.
Uh-oh. They've jumped in. Negi's been hit. He doesn't have an Astral available. That's his death. Sonic Wave committed. Swifty sparing no expense to score that kill. And of course, it's well worth it, really.
I think this is fairly obvious that Pinkman, he should be baiting Negi in the mid lane because Jobbisi likes to gang the mid lane more than anyone else. And this should be fairly obvious. They did it against Go Figure Red as well. I don't know why Pinkman's not hanging around in the mid lane. It's not like he's getting anything done anywhere else.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he's not.
So all the SEA Dota that we watched in the NISO Galaxy battles, it's basically it revolves around the foes making a lot of moves in the mid lane. So for all purposes, both sides and the foes are just hanging around the mid lane. We saw a similar pattern emerge when Beyond Infinity were playing Invisible Wings, the old Invisible Wings, and Evil Ash suddenly woke up to what No Chance was doing. No Chance would pretty much just hover by the mid lane, try and make kills happen, and Evil Ash pretty much tried to mirror his movements. And finally, Invisible Wings cracked the unbeatable Beyond Infinity. I guess Aggressify just have to realize that the same thing is going on. Pinkman just needs to sit around the mid lane. Small thing that happened though, there was a ward on this cliff for Negi on the OD. That timed out. And at the exact same time, Pinkman dropped a ward here. He thought the Sand King wasn't anywhere nearby because he wasn't scouted by this ward. But unfortunately, Sand King was just outside the vision of the ward. But he's corrected his error. He's hanging out on the mid lane. He's trying to push Job Easy out of there. 2 points in the battery assault. And now he's even dropped a ward on this cliff. So Aggressify, they are trying to correct the errors. They're trying to keep Negi safe in the mid lane. But Negi doesn't feel safe. He's actually jungling right now.
Absolutely not, because Swifty's got 2 levels on him now. It's a level 7 Queen of Pain with the Sonic Wave that will cool down in 30 seconds. And Arcane Rune in tow as well. Yeah, Negi's done the right thing by just ditching the lane altogether for now.
It's always a bad sign when your mid is lower in net for than the opposite foe position. So,
anyway, Pinkman walks in, just gets the cogs off. Blizzard will lose some more of his mana. But he's got a Mango and he's got a level 2 Arcane Aura to help him out. So no real love lost there. Bing, meanwhile, he's hit level 6, hasn't chosen to put a point to the lasso just yet. He's holding on to the skill point until he absolutely needs it.
I mean, it's a bit of a mistake the way they played the clockwork, because the whole...
He's got the premise split, but the stun comes out. He should still be able to get it up. Indeed he does. Pinkman comes in, cogs in Blizzard. They might just be able to get this kill on the Bristleback after all. They don't have a boulder available right now. He's not used it. He does have the boulder. I'm not sure what's going on here. Finally tosses it out, but he isn't getting nearly enough damage. Does he have the wing walk? Has it, but he's choosing not to get the backstab bonus damage. Anyway, he gets the kill on the Blizzard Bristleback, but might end up losing his life as Swifty has entered the fray. Another scream comes out courtesy that Arcane Rune. And Blink should secure the kill on Pasol as well. Double kill for Swifty, all for the price of a Bristleback. I still think it's worth it for Entity Esports.
Yeah, it is. They brought down Blizzard on the Bristleback. Sure, they lost Bardasan on the Brewmaster as well as Pasol on the Jakiro, but that's a trade you aren't too disappointed with if you're aggressive 5. Also, Paddling is doing rather well on the safe lane on the Weaver. He's quietly been farming up, and now Pinkman has a haste rune. So I'm looking for aggressive 5 to make a player.
But I mean, Entity Esports are not concerned, man. They're just gonna start mowing down this tower, knowing that there isn't a Primal Split available. But Swifty got another kill on Negi, and now he's trying to bail on Pinkman and Paddling coming in on him. He's got a blink in 1 second's time, but it's not enough. The Swarm will keep eyes on him while Pinkman will run him down. That's a dominating streak now taken away, and finally the Clockwork's movements have been successful.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible to blink out when there's a battery assault in you. And this is what A5 should have been doing from level 1, I believe. They should have put the Clockwork in another lane. It should have been the mid lane or the off lane. Because Jakiro, the reason you pick him is that he's a strong laner and he can zone out the off lane by himself. So there was no reason for the Clockwork to be there.
Kind of whiffed on that last hit on the tower job. Easy is now trying to get in range for the Burrow Strike, but Tranquil Boots will allow Pinkman to get away. How's bottom lane looking? Paddling left his lane for a while to go mid. That's given Bing some time to farm up some more. But he's choosing not to go the Blink Dagger. This is your...
Drums first.
Wings gaming
Wings
style.
Shadow, yeah. Not Shadow. Faith BM.
And Paddling, he's going for the early Dragon Lance. So preferring the stats over the Lincoln Sphere. I think Lincoln Sphere has a lot of value in this game.
But I also think he wants to get involved more early with his team.
He knows he can't get it before the blink comes on the back.
Yeah.
So. And Battery is going for drums first as well.
Anyway, Negi, he's got himself a decent bit of a recovery here, I have to say. Yeah, I say that, but then I look at his net worth and he's down to 2,400, so
yeah,
he's getting decimated.
Yeah, at least he has some stats to work with, so won't really die to the burst of the ball.
Yeah. It's very rare that you see Bracers actually being picked up in today's games, but the situation demands it apparently.
I mean, you can build it into ATOS, which is new build up now. So
Swifty, meanwhile, he's going back for the Blade Mail here. Lots of Quinnipians have been doing blade meals of late again.
Stats, intelligence, and there's this point where your spell's on cooldown and you just want to get some attacks in.
Wouldn't this be a Whale game? They've got a lot of spell damage.
I think this could be a Whale game or an Orchid game as well. Either would do really well.
Yeah, Orchid wouldn't be terrible versus the Brewmaster or even the Weaver for that matter.
Yeah, you do need the Orchid, but if he's getting an early blade mail, nothing wrong with it.
Anyway, bottom looks like they're going to try and make a play on a ping here. Pinkman, yeah, shot. Is he going to find the line? I guess not. But classic entity. Group up near the shrine, pop a smoke and try and make a play here. With Jobeezy coming in, along with Blizzard, who's really low on HP, by the way. I don't think he's going to be joining this parade.
What do aggressive 5 do if the hook shot misses? They don't have any reliable initiation to that. I mean, sure, the Brewmaster is not bad, but he doesn't have a stun to work with. So.
Yeah, this is really all in terms of initiation on the clockwork. It's another flaw that we didn't quite point out in their lineup. On the other side, meanwhile, you've got a Sand King, you've got a Crystal Maiden.
Is Buttershy holding on to a TP? Okay, I hope they give up Asshole and Paddling just ditches this lane. Yeah. Oh, Pinkman's gone in. The Cogs pushing back the Batrider. There's a flame break as well. Pasol's already fallen. Jobeezy sitting under the covers of Sandstorm. But look at that. It's Pasol who, along with Pinkman, does end up bringing down the Bristleback, and they're looking for more. You got the lasso onto Paddling. They bring him down. That's a second death on Blizzard's Bristleback there. But there's also a Bartos waiting in the trees. I'm sure this wasn't intended. His blink is on cooldown.
No, he walked back and then blinked back.
Right.
His TP was a little late. I think too many TPs onto the tower and his TP got delayed.
Could be.
They're trying to fight this though. Pasola's coming. He's hoping to get the ice path off. Does get it off on the Batrider. Negi's coming in. Gets hit with an Earth Spike. Or rather a Burrow Strike, and then the Freezing Field along with the Sonic Wave will clean him up while Pasol gets run down behind. Pinkman is in trouble on the front line. Battery Assault will cancel the Freezing Field, but it will come at the cost of his life here. A double kill for Swifty, while Paddling comes back into the play, gets hit with a Burrow Strike while he's still invisible, forced to use the time lapse. They do end up getting the kill on BDZ. Pinkman's the one to claim the money for that one, while Swifty will be sent up into the air courtesy the Brewmaster's primal split. The Brewmaster has to make his retreat here, but Jobeezy is waiting for those 3 spirits to converge into one. Post which he gives him a Burrow Strike along with Blizzard, going in to finish the job. Jobeezy attempting an epicenter there to get the kill on Paddling, who's now really low on HP and is being run down by Blizzard and his boys. Double kill for Blizzard. In a long and much extended chase here, Entity Esports comes out on top and comes back to take the tier 1 tower.
I'm going to pin that on Bartos' none of you caught what happened, but he came into this part of the lane, had no mana for the split, had no HP to work with, didn't use the clap.
No, he used the clap and lost his mana.
I don't know what happened, but by the time he split, it was too late.
I think he was probably hoping that Essence Aura kicks in when he goes into the clap. But
actually, Aggressive I could have won that fight. They could have. I'm not saying this trade is not entirely favoring them, but they could have won that fight. It's only
he's not taking the risk again. He's bought himself a mango this time.
He spoken up to what happened in the previous fight.
Going for that minus. I think we should have completed the Dark rather than carry the mango. Would have helped his team a little bit as well.
Yeah, but I mean, we're at that point where Blizzard is all killable now. Hood, Vanguard, both complete.
Well, I mean, we finally have seen what the Pinkman...
Yeah, Pinkman's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Got the clap on the Jobeezy.
He does have a blink available in 3 seconds time, but Pinkman is waiting, gets the Battery Assault off. He has a hook shot. I'm actually surprised he didn't commit there, but now I guess it was a good idea in hindsight, considering that the entirety of Entity Esports is here.
Yeah. One player we've not seen get into the game at all is Negi. Let's see if he has any impact in this fight.
He's just trying to stay alive, man. Look at this.
Yeah, it's an ATOS. Yeah, ATOS is a pretty decent item against this match.
They're gonna end up losing this tier 1 tower, just delaying it as much as they can. But all 5 heroes are here. Hookshot starts the fight. He's gone in deep onto Jobeezy. That's way out of position, man. But he does drop the cogs. A5 Paddling comes up from behind as well. They end up getting no one so far. BDZ even fires off the Freezing Field. Pinkman's the one taking a lot of damage. Goes down to the screen finally, making it a 1-0 in favor of Entity so far. But with the Primal Split committed, getting just a kill, or rather losing out your own clockwork isn't looking so good. Time lapse from Paddling. Gonna get out of this job easy. No blink, fire strike for 7 seconds. Mid tower does get denied. Really haphazard fights coming out from both teams actually.
It started off well for A5. They managed to use the clockwork and zone out everyone on the back line, but looks like the rest of the team didn't have the damage to bring down the Blizzard Bristleback. They even committed the macro pyre. I'm not sure how they didn't have the damage.
Yeah.
One hood, one vanguard.
He's beefy, man.
Yeah.
His
Strength, power treads.
Look at PDZ, man. I don't know what he's hiding under that skirt, but it takes a real pair to go out and drop an observer like this by yourself. They're going for the bottom tier 2. They should get this comfortably, and they know that the primal split is down for a good 70 seconds, so they have a window of opportunity to make plays. But this is while Paddling continues to farm up top. Let's have a look at mid again. You've got the blink forward. Negi gonna start off with an imprisonment, but the TP will be cancelled. Courtesy job easy, forest strike. Negi is down, but Paddling continues to farm, and so does Pinkman.
I'm really surprised that Negi has chosen not to skill up that ultimate. It's not a bad tool to deal with Bristleback.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Yeah, it makes sense versus almost
Yeah,
most of the heroes on the
good
side of
against-
Entity.
It's good against Swap. He's been having a little bit of an off game. He's tilted a little bit, I believe. He's walking up the enemy mid-high now.
So onto the Brewmaster. He's gonna get blown up. He doesn't even have the split available, so no real urgency to kill him off there.
Yep.
Well at bottom. E5 actually went in here by himself. They've got the sentry in lead, so they're gonna spot him. But he's got enough mana to time lapse if he needs to. Indeed, he pops it. Pinkman pump faking the hook shot, finally fires it out. Has the cogs available, but pushes back the Bristle instead of actually going for him. There's the epicenter coming in from Jorduzi. A two-man burst strike to follow it up. Blizzard still walking forward, hoping the Quill Spray will do enough damage, and the hammer gets dropped. Negi with the double. Aggressive high. They're punishing Entity Esports for getting overzealous in these commitments.
Yeah.
That's a fight which Entity took with 2 heroes only. So, that's really not the play they want to make at this point. They really want to fight with the
that is actually one of the few times I can say Entity were a little lackluster when it comes to discipline.
Yeah.
When they have an advantage, they're usually fine manning and taking objectives. This was the one time they all moved to the top lane. Sure, they brought down Bato side, but they ended up losing the Bristleback as well as the Sand King. And Aggressive have some room to bleed. More importantly, it's 2 kills going to Negi. And that's a much needed goal. He picks
Much needed goal.
Yeah.
In totally got about 600 gold from those 2 kills, and that gives him his ATOS.
I think if they get a fight like that now, where Pinkman manages to zone off the backlines, with the ATOS and the Jakiro damage, they should be able to bring down Bristleback.
And maybe with Bato size primal split available.
I mean, both the primal split and the clockwork will be used for zoning people out. I think. And they cannot.
I'm a little hesitant on this Midas pickup coming out from him now. I think he's gonna need to have more impact than just the Midas and the primal split in those fights. But anyway, they have a fight breaking out at the bottom. Negi to start things off with the imprisonment, followed up with the ice path. They've also got a lasso coming out behind. They're going for the clockwork, but clockwork is fairly tanky. Goes in with the hook shot, gets the stun, but the primal split. They've been caught inside of the cog with the Bristleback is there as well. Bing ends up getting the kill on Pinkman, but Pascal brought down job easy. And now it looks like Paddling will be forced to time lapse back where they're waiting. Going for Blizzard. Blizzard way too tanky to be brought down by just a Jakiro, a Weaver, and a Brewmaster. But now that the primal split is down, it is go time for Entity Esports. Sonic Wave fired out, they get the kill. They get a double kill on Swifty. They end up losing Negi's killing spree as well, with Swifty getting the money for it. While Pasol is now going to be run down by Blizzard. They finally do end up losing Swifty though. There's the Weaver getting that unstoppable kill spree. Well, Blizzard is trying to run down the Weaver, but this seems like an impossible ask. Weaver should be able to get out of here.
Yeah, you got Pinkman coming in. He doesn't have the hook shot for a bit. But yeah, once the dust settles, I think Aggressive, they'll be very happy with that fight. They defended the tower. It was a 4-for-4 exchange. You brought down Swifty on the Queen of Pain. And all of a sudden, even with the kind of horrible laning phase you have the confidence that you can go on, take team fights, and even win them versus Entity. And that's the real win here for Aggressive. That little bit of moral boost that they badly needed. Good stuff coming out from paddling. I mean, he was zoning out both Abing and Swifty, keeping them away from the fight, keeping them busy, making space for Negi and Pinkman to take down the others. And I also would like to touch up on something that you brought up earlier. I'm not a fan of the Midas on the Brewmaster. I wouldn't actually mind a Blade Mail.
Yeah, Blade Mail would be nice. Yeah.
Soak up the damage when you're alive, then pop the split. You're bringing a lot to your team fight.
I think the Midas is fine. Blade Mail, you generally want to pop the ultimate early because you want to control that bristle bag. There's no point holding onto it and trying to soak. That's not how the bristle bag. That's not how the Brewmaster works. But yeah, the supports are doing a lot of work for it, especially the Jakiro.
Yeah.
He does have a lot of damage right now to work with.
Both Jakiro and Pinkman absolute standouts here in the mid game for aggressive 5.
And they're being able to ignore the bristle bag.
Yeah. Pinkman with those hook shots, keeping Entity split up. Pune is very on Yap, so.
Rose, I think Rose is the one who plays Jakiro. 1, 4, 3.
Oh, no, I was talking about the
BDZ
clock.
again with these really ballsy observer ward placements. This is the kind of stuff you see in pub games, right? Where the support goes out, drops a ward casually and
shameless.
dies.
It's like me walking into a lady's bathroom, taking a leak and walking out of it. Not a care in the world.
I feel like that's not the first time I've heard that story. But they do have good vision courtesy of BDZ. Look at the vision they have.
Yeah, there's no but it's so risky, man. I mean,
the team should be doing a little bit of research on how the supports rotate for entity. I think that's the key. If they figure that out, they can at least put up a fighting chance very easily. Even from the early game, they can start. I don't know why they've not been doing that.
But I still want to say, although Entity have taken more towers, I don't think they've entirely run away with the game just yet. One more fight going in favor of aggressive 5, and I can very much see this being anybody's game for the taking.
One of the cores for aggressive 5 is going to go down for sure because there is a lasso and there's an off hit. So
okay, the off hit.
They're going to fight without the split most likely.
Yeah, but you know, the later this game goes, the more I favor aggressive 5's lineup. You're gonna have items like Lotus Orbs and Lincoln Spheres, etc. coming out, which work really well versus the single target lockdowns.
Yeah, what's paddling looking like in progress?
He's got
it.
Bristle Bag generally starts fading away. He gets guided very, very easily.
Yeah, I mean, like you pointed out, they've already got the ATOS to start dealing with him for now. Blizzard can stay on the front lines like a boss for the time being, but A5 has to be careful. Paddling's got his Lincolns on cooldown for another 5 seconds, and Bing is looking and hoping to find those pickoffs. There's the pipe being popped. They're ready to go in here. But they're positioning safe. Like, look at how they've taken up this side of the map, knowing that the Batter is coming in from this area. Blizzard, really not a care in the world though. He's just walking forward and taking the hits like a boss. Hook shot in. They're gonna start the fight here to get the cogs. Bristleback on the wrong side. Job easy jumped in, but didn't quite get the epicenter off. There's the Astral along with the Sanity Eclipse. They really want the skill on Blizzard. The lasso is there, but the Ice Path has got two. Blizzard is still alive through all of this, and then the epicenter comes through as well, bringing down Negi. He's got nowhere to go. Paddling will even use the time lapse, but he's being controlled by BDZ's Crystal Maiden. Is this even a thing where a 5 position support can deal with a 1 position inside of A5 by herself? Again, controlled up Weaver. Pasol goes down to Blizzard meanwhile, while behind Swift is causing all sorts of chaos, bringing down Pinkman. Sick plays coming out from this Crystal Maiden, I have to say. They're staying on the periphery of the fight, using the high ground advantage to stay out of range of the Weaver, but close enough to control him.
Yeah, absolutely a perfect start for Pinkman. He managed to zone out the fight, dividing into two very, very distinct and separate. But still, I just don't have the damage to bring him. Especially when his back is turned, they really have no answers there.
Yep, now you've got a full Crimson Guard in addition to the pipe available for Entity Esports. So, magic damage, that's okay, we can deal with it. Physical damage, sure, we've got a Crimson Guard. It's not like they're pumping out a ton of physical damage either. Weaver's not hitting as hard as they would like her to.
Yeah, Weaver, I mean, you don't expect him to hit that hard. He's pretty farmed, I would say, for the way the game has gone. Like, you couldn't blame him for not having more farming.
I like the decision to put the Aegis on Swifty. He's the one with the most net worth here, and it's very unlikely that the Bristleback even dies anymore.
But
this allows... Oh, my bad. Okay. Okay, then I would have liked the decision if Swifty held on to it because it gives him the ability to make the most out of that lane and jumping in without too much fear of actually dying.
He might try to sort of get on. But does he know that there are 3 other people hanging around?
Scouting first. Yes, opening up the map. Here we go. There's the blink away. They've got the Orchid off as well. He's blinked in. Pinkman is ready to go back in for round 2. Blade Mail off secures the retreat for Barosai. He's going to have to pay for this with his life. I'm wondering if it might have been a good decision for Barosai to stick around and fight, considering they had a Jakiro in the vicinity as well.
I think it's the best possible outcome we could have from that team fight there.
Bottom, we've got an epicenter committed along with a lasso, but it's still not enough to bring down Paddling, who's now ready to fight himself.
Yeah, Entity, they have the ages, but I still think Aggressive 5 has a fighting chance in this game. What happened in that last fight was Pinkman didn't get the best hook shot to start things off. He hooked onto Swifty in the previous fight, which they lost, which led to Entity going and claiming the ages. If he just hooks onto Job Easy or even both easy kills for him. And after hooking onto Swifty and missing that fight, he moved on to Job Easy and brought him down. I guess that's what he needs to do more often. Take the Sand King or even the Crystal Maiden out of the equation because they're causing a lot of problem. Pasol is using most of his control on the Bristleback. The Ice Path more or less always goes onto the Bristleback. And once again, Paddling spending a lot of time on the Bristleback. I guess you just don't fight the Bristleback at this stage and move on to the backlines if possible.
I think you throw the ATOS. You don't even need to throw the ATOS. I think you use the Brewmaster to control him and try and go for the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah.
So Entity's actually hit this power spike right now with the Bristle picking up that Crimson Guard and holding on to the Aegis. They should consider making a play right about now. And yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to shrine up, smoke up, make a move towards bottom where the rest of their teammates have already started pushing in. So you think they're wasting a little bit of time, but they're just being efficient, farming an Ancient Stack, keeping to meat, smoking and covering a lot of lost ground and time. So that Aegis is going to be put to use. A5 are going to be caught off guard because they have no clue that the entirety of Entity is now grouped up outside of their doorstep. And Pinkman looks like he's going to get lassoed and brought down first. There's the lasso, pulling him back. The route is there from the Atos, but it's too far out. No Pinkman to initiate for 30 seconds. Blizzard can walk up like a boss, but Barosai is the real boss here. Jumps in first, gets the clap along with the split, but what's the use? You don't have a clockwork to help you out. You're controlling the Bristleback, but you're doing all of this by yourself, while Negi is still burning to the firefly.
Yeah, that was such a wasted Brewmaster split. And without that, I think it's going to be really, really difficult when the clockwork comes.
But maybe they would hike now with Ice Path and Macropath. That was a wasted Brewmaster split indeed, but yeah, they're just going to throw out everything to keep the creeps away from the tower. They've rooted up the Bristleback. You've got the Desolator doing some work on the Blizzard, but Blizzard's holding on to an E as well as a Crimson Guard. And this looks like an easy tier 3. The hook will miss. An aggressive fire lose one of the huge sources of initiation. No Brewmaster split, no hook shot. Job Easy goes in. The Barrow Strike off the mark. You got the Macro Fire burning down Blizzard. The Arcane Orb seals the deal. Negi has taken away the Aegis.
They could turn this. They could definitely turn this. Negi's stolen a fair bit of intelligence. The Sanity Eclipse is going to hurt quite hard if they can get it off. He's just stacking up the in. Look at him stacking it up. Blizzard is going to take a smack from it, and indeed he drops it. But I think he could have done more with it. But now they're on the hunt. They don't have a hook shot to go ahead and chase, but they do have the ATOS to hold Crystal Maiden in position. But Swifty with a BKB unloads the Sonic Wave, and the epicenter comes in from behind as well. They end up bringing down Pinkman, while they also bring down Negi. Meanwhile, our Bing will be the one to lose his life. It's a double kill for Paddling, who's not done just yet and wants more. It smells blood in the water, but Swifty as well as Job Easy will get out of here.
Unbelievable how they held the high ground without the hook shot.
They lost their tier 3, but amazing stuff coming up.
Oh, they didn't lose the tier. And it's a lot of it went down to the Bristleback being tanky and allowing Negi to steal.
Yeah, that was all the OD, man. But I think if the Sanity Eclipse hit a couple more targets, that fight would have been entirely one-sided in favor of Aggressive 5. That Eclipse was gonna hit like a truck, man. I think he had like what, 40 stolen intelligence there? Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame him for using it on Blizzard because it's important to bring down Blizzard so that you can then move on and focus on it.
Yeah. Entity thought they would turn around with an epicenter and Sonic Wave, but they ended up losing a Bing who really pushed his luck and jumped rather deep actually.
And finally, I think Brewmaster is picked up his next item. It's a Shadow Blade.
Is it?
It is, yeah. He's gonna be the one who's building the Silver Edge.
Okay.
They need it, man. I'm wondering if he's gonna have mana issues though.
Yeah, he is. But
he's gonna get stats right from the ultimate. So,
yeah, it's good.
And he's got. I mean, he's gonna have Essence Aura in the vicinity as well, so that might help out.
Let's not count on that too much. It didn't work. Pretty sure he's not gonna count on it again. Paddling. Generally, we see him go for the Maelstrom at this point. But is he gonna look at the BKB? Is the question.
Okay, look at this. Again, BDZ is just casually walking around. Finally, Pinkman is ready to punish him. Job Easy is there as well, but the 4-staff was available. Swifty gets the reward off. Oh, he almost got the kill off. In fact, the Earn will take him down.
And Swifty didn't get a kill in response. So that's good news for Aggressive 5.
Yeah, and all it really cost them was 100 gold observer ward.
Good stuff coming out from Aggressive 5. Finally punishing that maiden who's been walking around the Radiant jungle as if it's a garden for a good part of the game.
And we haven't seen A5 use a smoke ever, I think, in this game. So maybe when they do decide to bring it out.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad if they popped a smoke right now.
If they can get a jump in on all the supports, it'll be great. If they can get a jump in on Job Easy, I think they'll be able to.
Yeah, it is 5v4 right now, but Crystal Maiden is respawning in a couple of seconds. Maybe they lost their window.
I definitely think Entity are losing their position of advantage here. Aggressive 5 are the ones that have the better late game, in my opinion. And we're getting closer and closer to the point where it's a problem dealing with an OD. It's a problem dealing with the Weaver. OD's got a 10-second BKB available. A Mantis Cell is coming online for the Weaver, and well, Pinkman has just been playing some good Dota all this while. So I think A5 are in a good position to make a full-fledged comeback here. And I think the graphs are going to reflect that as well. It's just hovering around between the 5 and 10,000 EXP and net worth graph.
Yeah, I think if they find Job Easy in a team fight, it'll be really, really crucial. Because he's been doing the most part of the lockdown while the CM and the co-op deal out the damage. So with him not in the fight, I don't think the CM and the co-op will have the correct positioning to get damage done.
Yeah, and I'm pretty certain Entity is a little spooked as well. That was a fight with an Aegis on the Bristleback that they lost, and he's going for his BKB next. He cannot afford to let the OD just steal intelligence in his face. I think that's when Entity hits the reset button again. They get the BKB, try and take a pick off for a fight, get an Aegis, and then go high ground.
Yeah,
but
yesterday Entity's manager was in chat and he said that if you guys give away a kill, no. I wonder what's the consequence today if they end up losing to Aggressive 5, which is quite possible here. Aggressive 5, they've at least played some really good Dota. They've held on, and it looks like Entity, they're seeming to get a little bit desperate here. They don't have the Aegis. They're going to force high ground. They should get the tier 3, which should allow them to take down the enemy shrines.
Is there a fortification?
Yep.
Parasai, he's just desperately trying to get the Silver Edge before the fight breaks out, but he's not going to get it. Here we go. Shiver's Guard being popped. Swifty was actually in deep. He took a bit of a beating there. Barosai is gone in. So is Pink. They get the hook shot off onto BDZ. He's broken through the cog. There's the hits coming out from the OD. He's sealing the intelligence from the Bat Rider, who's now got the lasso on a BKB OD. But Bat will fall. On the front lines, meanwhile, it looks like they're also going to get the kill on BDZ while Paddling is going nuts. He's chasing down Blizzard, whose BKB is absolutely useless at this point. With the Tornado coming in, Neji getting in position, Blizzard is in trouble. Entity Esports are on the receiving end of these blows. Swifty is doing what he can to try and secure the retreat. Job Easy comes in with the stun. He's going to be the sacrificial lamb for his teammates. Passol, Ice Path in 2 seconds time, but they got the Weaver with the Swarm to get vision. Is he going to get out of here? And what? Batosai? What the heck was that?
I am not sure what he tried there. Batosai, he got the fight going for them, but kind of messed up at the end.
That is the sound of one hand clapping.
Yep.
Badosai getting too eager in the midst of the...
To the team chat, the team voice comes off at A5 and you learn these new type of words and these new words which you...
Yeah. That was the perfect moment for someone in the team to spam that wow emote. If you had the battle pass.
Yeah, this has never been done before in the history of Dota.
Patience from Batosai.
A bit too much. But yeah.
But in all seriousness, that was a fight in favor of aggressive 5.
Yeah, they're still holding on. There was a little bit of another fuffle from Bartosai. He used the Cyclone on his blue Spirit exactly when OD threw out the root. So I guess Blizzard got away because of that. Otherwise, they would have pretty much brought him down. But aggressive 5, they're playing some excellent Dota here. And this...
Yeah. For as much trash we are giving Bartosai, I think he started the fight off really well. He managed to bait out the kid.
Yeah.
And I believe he forced Abing to lasso, I think it was
DOD.
BKB DOD.
Yeah. Right now, Bartosai on the Brewmaster is having more impact for his team than Abing on the Batrider. At least in the last fight. But Entity once again seeming a bit desperate. They popped the smoke. They're trying to loop around from the back.
This is when you spam the patience.
I mean, the Primal Split is available. The only thing that they're missing on the side of A5... They do have the Silver Edge.
Okay.
The only thing they're missing at this point is the Sanity's Eclipse.
Bartosai, please break the smoke.
Pinkman's going to be the one to break the smoke. They've spotted this out. Bartosai, he's waiting, looking to go in, goes for the hit, uses the Primal Split without hesitating. And now they're going to start the fight on their terms. There's the Macro Fire along with the Ice Path. It is a Whistle back that's taken a beating. Nope, that's BDZ, my bad. He goes down. Negi under cover of BKB, but Swifty brings him down with the auto attacks. Now there's no OD available in this fight. Does A5 still want to stick around here when there's a BKB Bristleback just going ham over the battlefield? They've blocked down the clock. They're going back for Pasol, who's under cover of a Glimmer Cape, while A5, they're still getting a few kills on the front lines. Paddling ends up bringing down a Bing after all, and as the dust settles, it's a 2-for-2.
Not bad for aggressive fight. The fight didn't start out that well for them, but they need the Sanity Eclipse to fight. That's what the moral of this story is.
No, there was just too much lockdown on Negi. He was brought to 1/3 of his HP before he could pop off his BKB. I guess Negi was a little slow to pop his BKB as well because Bartosai broke the smoke first and did get the split off before Negi could get off the BKB.
Pinkman even broke the smoke before that.
Yeah, Pinkman broke the smoke, but Bartosai, well, pretty much spotted them all out. And,
yeah, I mean, Bartosai spotted them. He didn't. I don't think he used the Thunderclap before popping the Primal Split. Just split immediately.
And there was no Silver Edge hit as well.
And yeah, there was no Silver Edge hit.
And even after dropping the smoke, he hesitated a bit to throw Blizzard up into the air, which allowed Blizzard to get off his BKB and wreak havoc on aggressive 5. So, really, it's going to boil down to all these small things if aggressive 5 want to go on to win this game. But they're moving into the Rosh pit. Jobeezy and BDZ, have they got any vision around the Rosh pit? No. This is all the die I see right now.
Why is the gem of Sand King when you have a battery?
Because the Sand King have a 4-star to break the Linkins of the Weaver. Could you just check?
The battery does.
Yeah, he has a Yules and yeah, so I guess they're hoping that Jobeezy starts off with the lockdown
maybe
on the Weaver. Which is quite important. Has Paddling picked up any other defensive item as he's completed the mantra?
And he's got 3.68 gold in the bank. What's the item of choice for him here?
I've more often than not seen him go for the Maelstrom here.
I want to say Assault.
I want to say Bloodthorn. Or maybe he completes the Hurricane Pike and saves the rest.
Yeah, that's one way.
That's not a bad item for the Bristol Battle.
At this point, he's playing this sneaky style of Dota, right? Maybe just get a Daedalus and hope that you get those crits on the backlines and get a few kills quickly. Yeah. There's also going to be Ghost Scepters eventually coming out, so a Diffusal Blade choice may not be terrible. But yeah, for now, he's single-handedly split pushing and applying pressure, gets a tier 2 tower off in the bottom lane, and Entity, I don't think I've ever seen this. I don't think I've ever seen Entity Esports on the back foot in the ESL India Premiership.
This is a first.
Yeah, I mean, they've never been stretched this far. I won't say they're on the back foot, that'd be stretching it a little too much, but yeah.
A 4K net worth, how much, what is the net, 5,000 net worth?
It's nothing at this point. Oh, what a hook shot. Pinkman just whiffing on it by a millimeter, I think. But Entity, if they use this as an opportunity to go in themselves, are being actually blink forward to get a D ward.
Yeah.
A pick off on Pasol is also welcome at this point, really. DD picked up by Swifty here.
No, by the Weaver.
No, it was Swifty that. Okay, yeah, it was the Weaver, correct.
Okay, and they've got the diffuser. They throw out the rocket. If Entity end up losing this, so give up a little. rotate across the map towards aggressive by Badusai with the Silver Edge. I hope he gets the Silver Edge proc off. Jumps in, uses the split. CS Rivers coming out. There's the Baru strike. It's on to Paddling. Excuse me, it's on to Pinkman actually. Spot the cogs. You got the macro pie. It's on to everybody. A lasso pulling back Paddling, if I'm not mistaken. They're trying to control him up. BKB's coming out from Swifty and Blizzard. There's a freezing field as well. Negi dropping low. Might just end up going down. Drops the hammer. Will end up giving his life. They've lost Paddling as well. But Job Easy will make sure that they lose Pasol too. It's Blizzard who scores a quick double kill. Pinkman comes in from the back. He wants Job Easy desperately. But this is a fight that Aggressify have lost. And Entity finally can get their hands on the agents.
Yep, finally they found their stride. Yeah, they finally lost their momentum here, Aggressify. Entity finding it with those BKBs. Multiple BKBs being popped in that battle, standing on the front lines, preventing Negi from soaking up any of that intelligence. And well, with a lot of lockdown committed on the Beaver, they finally bring him down before he can cause chaos on the back lines. Good stuff from Entity Esports. They've identified their mistakes on the fly and they've corrected them as this game progresses onwards. And now with an Aegis in tow, with the cheese available as well, I believe they should be in a good position to take high ground.
That was a very hasty initiation from A5. They could have just jumped in with the Brewmaster and then maybe retreated.
In fact, I would have liked to see the Clockwork going in first.
He'd already used his hook shot, right? Buyback or no buyback on the Vivo?
No buyback on the Vivo.
Yeah, he was dead for a good 98 seconds, so they're probably gonna have to give up these barracks anyway. Paro links in, gets silenced up, lassoed, brought back, but he's inside the sanity, inside the Astral imprisonment. Stays alive a little longer, but does have the primal split. He'll pop it now. While the BKB on the backside of a spot, another whipped hook shot from Pinkman. Bristleback sent into the air. Entity takes off the high ground and waits for the ball to come to them rather than snatching at it. Pinkman, on the cover of the DMR cave, goes back up and runs away.
He's on a lot of HP though.
So they've held on to their axe. It's not bad. It's a small victory for Aggressify.
Yeah, but I think Entity can now group up and push, and there's no primal split. There's no sanity split Sido.
Paddling needs a BKB badly.
Yeah, he really does.
He's queued it up. He's recognized team threats. There's more than enough lockdown that's caught up with both his Lincoln Spear and his Manta style. And maybe a BKB if he does manage to pull that out before the next fight. Aggressify, I could see them winning fights once more.
He's having a real tough time getting the backlines down because I think they have defensive mechanisms now. There's the Yules on the Jobizi flanking.
The lasso, they've started the fight off here. They brought a Jukiro. Not the worst.
He has buyback.
Hero to lose. Yeah, he's got a buyback as well. What's the BKB duration? Swifty is down to 7 seconds. Blizzard is down to 6. Swifty's actually taking a few hits here, but he has that Aegis, so he's okay. They got the stun off, they got the Hex off as well, but Astral will save him for now. Neg is the one that's in trouble. He's getting run down. Has the Shrine, but hasn't clicked it. They didn't use the Shrine even though it was right next to him, but they're gonna get the kill on Swifty, but it's just an Aegis. It's still nobody dead on the side of Entity Esports, while Negi is down for a good 60 seconds. This should be Barracks. PDZ with his Ghost Scepter doing a freezing field dance in the back as well. Hook shot in. They finally got the kill on a Crystal Maiden, but Blizzard is still at full HP. Badusai jumps in, gets silenced before he can get the primal split off. And now he's going to have to run back for a while Swifty will secure his retreat under cover of a BKB. The hit from the Silver Edge is there. The damage is real onto the Bristleback. He's been caught inside the ice path as well, but they just can't take the place. Jobizi finally goes down, but the lasso is there onto Paddling's Weaver. He's still alive. Scotty's on out to safety while Pinkman drops down the cogs. Badusai continues to chase forward, has that boulder, doesn't quite throw it off, not sure what he's doing here.
He was controlling Pina Pina on the back, which has been caught in place with an ice path. You got the swarm coming out, but it looks like he retreat. Paddling, giving chase, it's a bit desperate now. Badusai jumps in with the clap, he pops the cheese, ice path. Number 2 coming out from Pasol, they're trying their best. They got the break off on the Queen of Pain, but she turns around with a Hex onto Paddling. This kill could be huge for Entity, but here's Pinkman with the cogs. He held on to Blizzard. A quick time lapse from Paddling, but Entity have secured their retreat. They're not going to fight anymore.
Yep, they got the barracks. They back away with minimal casualties, continue to extend their net worth lead, and they're going to come back for the next fight with a whole new set of items. I don't know if the full assault was on Blizzard for that fight, but I mean, he was really tanky. He was soaking up a lot of damage in that entire team fight.
I also want to say that Solar Crash needs to be nerfed a little more. Poor little Paddling was trying his best to bring down Swifty there, but that Solar Crash did so much work when it came to keeping Swifty alive. Yeah, paddling.
I mean, he's actually gone for the movement speed talent instead of magic resistance this game. He's trying to be as mobile as possible.
I guess Negi is really hurting because he doesn't have a Hurricane. He needs it badly. He's building towards a Lincoln, but a Hurricane Pike wouldn't be too bad as well.
Yeah, he's really.
He needs to be a little bit more mobile in the. He goes in, he threw the Astral on paddling in the earlier engagement, and then everybody turns to focus him, and there's nothing he can do. He has to stand and fight, and he couldn't even pop a shrine in time.
Yeah, and he has no real answer to the BKBs. I think that's the most important aspect of the fight.
Yeah. Bristleback just runs at him under cover of that BKB and starts right-clicking him with those nasal goose sacks. It's quite disgusting to watch, honestly, but it's working very well for Entity.
Okay, I think paddling has completed his BKB. We got the Bloodthorn. So...
Yeah, I wouldn't say Entity are out of the woods just yet. I mean, they have a massive net worth and an EXP lead, but this late game lineup on the side of A5 is still a real threat to deal with.
You also got the Lotus Orb now.
Now they can remove their Hex very, very fast.
So aggressive fight. They've got some answers with the itemization. It's just going to boil down to who executes team fights better.
EDC, what are you doing, man? That Ghost Scepter. He's got a diffuser blade, pops it, gets the kill. Meanwhile, there's a lasso coming out here onto the Jakiro. Pascal is doing what he can to try and get out of this, but it's a support for a support. And when you're playing from behind, killing a support on the team with the advantage is a lot more beneficial. A5 will come out on top in that trade. It looks like there's still a fight breaking out at bottom as Paddling's continuing to give chase here. Batrider has been tagged with the Swarm and he's got that movement speed advantage in one more hit. What did he do? He time-lapsed.
I think he was scared.
Well, there's a fight that's broken out. He's split from Badasai. Negi dropping low. The scream is there. He doesn't end up going down just yet. The Cogs doing a fair bit of work. Pinkman hiding in them with a Glimmer Cape. Panda trying his best to control Job Easy on the Sand King, who pops his hands from under the tower. And it looks like they're going to back away for the time being. Here comes Paddling though with the BKB. He's yuled up in the air. Badasai is not doing much with his minions. They're giving chase to Blizzard. The BKB has worn off on the Weaver. And there's not enough control right now for the Bristleback.
I'm sorry, Vivek. I don't know what was going on in that fight.
The fuck's this Panda, dude?
So, Brewmaster, I don't know if you caught that. He was in the middle of the fight there. For some reason, he decided to put his blue panda, the storm panda, in this and make a run in this direction. Stand here and watch while the earth panda gets beaten up here.
Yeah, it was a really funny fight. But they did again manage to hold high ground. They still have Sanity's Eclipse to work with. And
Negi survived that fight.
How long is the split on cooldown for? Should be coming out. It's level
30 seconds.
They should be having it for the next fight.
So what did Batusai do in that fight?
He just, he randomly put the Storm Panda in this, sent him to stand on the side and just watched as a spectator.
His micro skills are a little bit.
I blame the internet, but the fight's broken out and they won't for a kill. It's the OD that's down for 72. They've also got the kill on the Jakiro who's down for 74. Buyback available on the OD, but none available on the Jakiro. There's the hook shot. What did he do? What did he hook shot him? Okay then. They have a primal split. It just barely came back online while Paddling has gone forward, is forced to jump back with the time lapse. No one on the side of Entity Esports dies and everything has been expended on the side of Aggressive 5. Negi, his BKB is still available if they want to make this fight happen. They have the Atos coming out as well, but look at Job Easy waiting behind. Does get the Astral Imprisonment thrown on himself, but there was no epicenter channel there. Here comes Negi, pops his BKB, trying to man up versus Blizzard, but Blizzard decided to man up versus him. Pinkman is going to tick down to the Shadow Strike damage there, Swifty onto a monster kill streak after that one. And with 2 down on the side of Aggressive 5, this should be another lane of barracks going in favor of Entity Esports.
It's been a tough fight, but I think
yeah, this is it. 99 seconds. Buyback coming out from the Weaver. Job Easy with the epicenter goes forward. It will be the Brewmaster that goes down next. BDZ with a double kill as he brings down the Weaver behind again. Did Weaver just time-lapse back in on low HP? Because that seems like what happened there. But it's going to be a team wipe, and with that team wipe comes the GG. Aggressive 5. So close yet so far. Entity Esports yet to be beaten at the ESL India Premiership.
I mean, A5, they tried their level best. They've given them a bit of a scare. The first phase 1, it was a pretty easy game for Entity. Phase 2, little bit of a scare. Maybe phase 3 is when we see A5 take a game of entity.
Yeah,
Certainly hope so. Hope that it happens.
that's the sign of that's the sign of a good squad, one that grows with every game they play against the opponents. And props to Aggressify for doing that today. Hard luck. I mean, when Pinkman was getting his initiation right, it almost seemed like Aggressify would just manage to win the fight, but when it wasn't there, Aggressify couldn't take those fights.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap up here. This is where we wind up with the Summer Phase 2 League. There will be playoffs happening sometime later this week. I believe it's going to be in the weekend, but I'm sure Vagish can give you guys a better update. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Stick around for some Counter-Strike action coming right up.
Well, it happens second time in a row, maybe third time's even a luckier charm. Entity Gaming goes home knowing the fact that they have topped the Masters League second time in a row in Phase 2 after defeating Pasolo, Rankar and Gang. Yes, everybody who just about joined us right now, you missed an aggressive battle between Aggressive 5 and Entity Gaming, which Entity Gaming won. Well done, boys. Well done indeed. I'm very sure Swifty and Gang would be definitely heading out today, considering it's Sunday. I'm very sure given their schedule, it's going to be karaoke night. So, guys, congratulations. You have topped the Masters League table for Dota 2 in the Phase 2 of ESL India Premiership Summer Season 2017. Alright, people, for those joining us just about now on the Facebook page of ESL India Premiership and the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India Premiership, I welcome you all because right now is the time for some 5v5 guns and glory. That was very wrong, but that's Counter-Strike Global Offensive, as I'd like to call it sideways. But moving on, we have Entity Gaming and Dare to Dream lined up for you guys today on the Day 14 live stream of this edition of ESL India Premiership 2017, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Zawi by BenQ, of course organized by Norton Gaming. For those who still keep wondering who I am, my name is Vagish Gotslebhan. I'm the guy who takes you through the games as and when they happen one by one. I'm your host, man. That's about it. Alright, so quickly heading off into the game, but before we go off into who these teams are, who these players are, let's quickly take a look at the Masters League standings. Alright, talking about the Masters League standings, it is without any doubt, I must say, Risky Gaming, the machine from UAE, takes the first position yet again. They're in the top spot with 15 points to the name, 5 matches played, all 5 of them victories, whereas Entity Gaming comes in close second. They have 12 points, 5 matches down. Their only loss against in this 5 matches was 1, and they have won 4 matches out of those 5, and Brutality. Team Brutality's turned over a new leaf here this time around in Phase 2 because they have come in second so far. They're in 12 points, 6 matches played, 2 of them losses. Dare to Dream is a close 4th position here after Brutality because they come in at 12 points, 6 matches played, 4 wins, 2 losses. Now Team Semperix, our dark horse, our dear dark horse, Team Semperix with Mythilef and Gang, is in the 5th position with 12 points, all 7 matches played, out of which 3 are losses and 4 victories. Now, the bottom 3. Team Wolf has 3 points to their name. Out of the 6 matches played, 5 have been losses for them. Team GMD Gaming is pretty much the same, except the fact they played 1 more match. They have 6 losses out of the 7 matches they played and managed to get only 3 points out of those. Now, Trademark Gaming, the team from Bangalore, is yet to break even with any score whatsoever. 0 points out of the 4 matches played, all 4 of them losses. So they are pretty much in a situation where they might get relegated, where they might have to fight for their position in Masters League in order to not get relegated? Well, we'll find out as and when their matches happen. But for now, it is Entity Gaming versus Dare to Dream. Now this is pretty much a daggers drawn match here, because Entity Gaming, now they're a Mumbai-based team. They're one of the most consistent teams here in the CSGO circuit. Simar, Sethi, and gang are pretty much devastating when they come up with the guns they are best at. Now they are made up of former members of Team Invictus, Invisible Wings, and Brutality, and they're led by Simar Sai Sethi. And the team has been quite consistent in the Indian esports scene. They had a strong presence in the ESL India Premiership 2017 summer season phase 1, but they faced a loss against Risky Gaming, which resulted in them sitting in the second place. Now, they faced again a similar defeat, a surprise defeat at the start of the Phase 2 campaign, where they were beaten convincingly by Team Brutality. But in the next game, they managed to get the better of the Bangalore-based team, Trademark Gaming, and collected 3 points in the process, so they covered up the gap there. Now today they play the last 2 matches of the summer season phase 2. Wins in both matches will definitely push them upwards, while a loss can definitely slide them down. Now the opposition, Dare to Dream, now they are again a Mumbai-based scene here, because they recently acquired a boot camp there, and the team recently announced that their player Akshay Kappa Sinker will also be their team coach and analyst going forward. For those who don't keep track with what's happening in the Indian esports scene, remember that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. you guys gotta check out Esports Center, which comes live to you on the Facebook page of Nodwin Gaming. And we, if you guys have seen this edition which I'm talking about, we did break this news out to you that Amitarasu, who plays for Team Wolf, will not be continuing with them. D2D has acquired Anuj here, and he will be joining them later in the next season for the ESL India Premiership. But for now, Dare to Dream, focusing on the team here, they are one of the top 4 teams in the ESL India Premiership 2016 Masters. They began their summer season relatively later and have already played 6 matches, of which they won 4 and lost 2. Now, they sit in a position which is snug, but not really bereft of dangers. Maybe a loss here will slide them down, and a win today will definitely help them like get better positions and better rankings in the ESL India Premiership 2017 summer season phase 2. Day 14 live stream is on, people. The players, the teams are itching to get their hands at each other and the guns. So without wasting any more time, let's quickly hand it over to Archie Fett, who is a caster for this game and will be joining us and telling us and breaking news from the maps as and when the guns start blazing. So quickly, people, joining us on the Facebook page and YouTube Gaming, gear up. This is the game you want to see.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and today we're going to be featuring Entity Gaming versus Dare to Dream. Now, Entity Gaming or Entity Esports, I'll just call them Entity Esports. I know their name has changed to Entity Gaming, and so has their logo. But in my opinion, the previous name and the previous logo were better. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion. Entity Gaming versus Dare to Dream. The best team in India on paper against one of the most promising teams in India, again on paper, going up against Cobblestone. Now, this is a curious map pick because, well, D2D are the only team to have actually taken this map off of Risky Gaming. Just the map, they didn't win the best of 3. Last year at the ESL Masters LAN that was held in Delhi during Comic-Con. And Entity Esports, well, they have A-Star. An A-Star, for him, Cobblestone, is his backyard. And not only that, they have Sai, Excali, Ace, and Ribby. They have all the experience and all the heavy hitting firepower that you can actually hope to imagine in this game. Unfortunately, though, today for D2D, Antidote will not be playing. There's some really heavy thunderstorms happening in Kolkata, his hometown, and his internet and his power is completely obliterated. So they'll be joined shortly by a 5th who will be subbing in for Antidote for today's game. ESL has been kind enough to allow for the sub to happen. Anyway, we're going live soon, folks. The knife round is about to go live. 4v5, this is going to be a tall order no matter what. And unfortunately, rules are rules. If you don't join within a stipulated amount of time, you have to go. Wait, okay. Excali has killed himself to keep things fair. Still going to be a 4v4. That's awfully nice of him. 4v4 knife round going live right now. And obviously, this is Cobblestone, so you'd want to win the knife round and pick up the T side. It is the most favored side in this map. And oh, look at that. 2 quick kills coming in already. Shabby to go down as well. He gets 1 kill, but now Kappa beating a hasty retreat, but does fall to the knife of Sai. So yeah, Entity take the knife round, and I think they'll be starting on the T side. Let me just check. Yep, they're going to be starting on the T side. I don't know, Entity Esports just rolls off the tongue so much easier than Entity Gaming. It's just, I think it's a matter of habit. Like over the next few weeks, it's going to come to me and I'll start saying Entity Gaming as well. But for now, I'm just going to stick with Entity Esports. If you hear me having an awkward pause right after I say Entity, it's because I was going to say Esports right afterwards, but then I just choked, and instead of going with Gaming, I just stopped at Entity. All right, so we are knife round is over. I think we're going to be waiting for the 5th player to join in. In the meantime, Cobblestone. Now this is one of my least favorite maps to play, but it's a very entertaining map to watch and cast, to be very, very honest. The explosive plays that you see, there's just so much variation the T side can do on this map that it makes for a very entertaining watch. It's a very frag heavy, frag movie friendly map. Unfortunately, not the most tactically, rewarding in terms for any CT side playing it. Mostly because any and all aggression is really heavily punished most of the times, and there's just so many places and so many executes that the T's can do that as a CT you're always starved for information. See, the only way that there are 2 ways that a CT can gain information off of sound cues, be that footsteps, gunfire, okay, nades being cocked, or now weapons being changed. Yes, that has happened. Now, if someone switches to a nade and back, I think you can actually hear the switch taking place if they're right behind you. So, big problem. This is with the latest update, with the operation update coming into play. I think you can hear a certain type of weapon change, that is from nades to anything else, because that whole dog tag thingy that they've introduced for the war games has come into play. But apart from that, apart from sound cues, there's obviously pushing for information actively to, using your own eyesight to glean information. Now that while it is rewarded on maps like Overpass, like on maps like Inferno, on Cobblestone, there's a very good chance that you'll be punished for pushing any one point. Now, what are the points that you can push on a map like Cobblestone? There's a long. You'll always have to worry about that opper, and the opper can hold that long position from n number of angles, and there's just too many angles for you to clear at any one given point when you're pushing long. They can be holding Fountain, they can be holding a little to the right of Fountain, they can be holding an off angle towards Fountain, they can be holding smack bang in the middle of the arches, an angle that you won't be expecting necessarily for someone to play. Then you can push mid. Same problem arises with pushing mid. An opper or even a rifler can be holding n number of angles for you to clear at the same time, mind you. And it's not really a very common move to have two players push mid or long, because you want to push in pairs because you want to have the trade potential coming in, but at those long ranges with an opper holding that angle, it becomes very, very difficult. Anyway, we're going to go live against a 4v5. That is heartbreaking, actually. Okay, match has been paused. We'll go live with the pistol round once the 5th player comes into the server. Anyways, as I was saying, then there's the active push. That is a CT or a couple of CTs actively pushing spots to gain information as to what is the possible setup for the Ts. Now, there's 3 spots. I've already talked about 2 spots. That is A long and mid. Then there's obviously drop. Now, drop is a very dangerous point to push because at a time, you will only be able to boost up one player. And God forbid they make any noise. If they make any noise, that counter boost comes immediately. You can telegraph that counter boost to anyone who's just holding outside drop or holding it B long anywhere, and they'll be able to counter it very simply or very easily. And then you're a man down or 2-man down, and then you're in a world of trouble as the CTs. And then obviously there's B long, and same problem with that. It's a narrow choke point. If there's 2 players holding B long, you're more or less done for. So what do you do as the CTs? That is what makes this game this map especially so hard for any side starting off on the CT side. What are the key areas that you want to control as the CT side? Well, obviously, the first and the foremost, drop. Drop is the point that literally can carve the map in half. If the Ts have control of drop, they can go anywhere. They can pincer any bomb site. They can pincer A, they can pincer B. And then at that point, you're in a world of trouble. So how do you control drop? Well, if you'd see top teams like VP play drop, they'll always have 2 players dedicated to drop, one spotting passively. Like they'll just keep peeking that doorway towards the B bomb side. And if they spot someone, if they see a nade come in, they'll just fall back outside and hold towards triangle. While there'll be another player, usually Taz, who plays this in connector, playing just by the dildo to the left or to the right, and just spotting window, waiting for the player to peek his head, like the T to peek his head out. Now, that is very, very difficult and very, very dangerous because, well, you need to have superb aim and lightning quick reaction times. If you have that going for you, you will enjoy playing CT side because drop control is more or less assured in that case. Now moving over B long, how do you play B long? Depends on your buy. Like if you're on a force buy, you're on an armor pistol, or you have a 5.7, take it to broken wall, play the close quarters, have a flashbang ready. No need to buy head armor. Pointless. Have a flashbang instead. It'll save your life in more occasions than one. So that's there. And then obviously you'd want to play someone on near platform or stairs, and now there's the hobbit hole. It's more or less a one and done spot in my opinion, but if you're on a force buy or if you're on pistols, it can catch someone off guard, obviously. So you have these 2 spots. Now on a buy round, that's when things get really, really interesting. Now if you're someone who admires like players like JW or say wait, hold on a second, I'm getting a call. Yeah, so I was just getting word from the ESL admins there. It's going to be a 10-minute pause till the 5th player from D2D can join. So in the meantime, well, you get to hear my droning and how to play Counter-Strike, CT side on Cobblestone. So like I was saying, now if you're on a full buy, if you're on going up against a buy versus a buy, that is when things get really, really interesting. I'll tell you why. As the CTs, the most general and the most common setup is a 4-1 setup. Now, what does a 4-1 setup include? One player playing long or mid, just spotting. They won't take the fight necessarily because they're the only defender over by the A bomb site. There'll be one player who will be playing drop from connector. Now, this player is the linchpin. He's the key. He's the rotator. He'll be, rubber banding between mid, helping out the player at long, provided he's long and not playing site. or he'll be spotting drop as well from outside from the window. And then you have the other three who will be the dedicated B players. How do these three players set up? Now that's what's interesting. Why do I say that? So obviously one player will be the second player who'll be watching drop over by what's it called? The triangle area. That is right outside the door that you exit through drop. The other two players, their sole focus would be B long, because you already have two players dedicated to playing drop. This is the 4-1 setup I'm talking about. So where do these two players set up? Provided you have an AWPer, I'd say the two best places are Statue or by Chicken Coop. Now, Chicken Coop obviously is a very common spot to get naded out and Molotoved off early in the round, but you can still get that opening pick. Now, if the remaining two players, right, the one AWPer, you can also have your other player, the one remaining player, flash you into B long so that you can take an aggressive peek. If you have the advanced spawn over by APC and you're the AWPer, you can actually take the aggressive peek at Broken Wall, provided you have very fast reaction times, and you're very assured of your aim and you have excellent movement. Because trust me, as a noob, I have trouble jumping up into Broken Wall, and there's so many times that I've tried to do that cheeky play and essentially got myself, all of a sudden I'm missing a head. So that's dangerous, but it's a high risk, high reward play. Now, obviously, the other player, if you're playing passive by Statue or Chicken Coop, your other player also will be doubled up towards watching long. Now, what they can do is get boosted up onto tree. That is a good position. Again, a very common spot that is Molotoved off. It's if you've used it once, I'd advise you not to get boosted up for at least 2-3 rounds in a row, so that you can keep the opponents guessing. When it comes to Cobblestone, that's the problem, right? When it comes to Cobblestone, you have to keep the T's guessing because you're anyway starved of so much information. And if you're telegraphing your plays and your setups, it's gonna make things that much easier for the T's to break into the B bomb site or the A bomb site. So how else do you set up? There's also the 3-2 setup. It's a very I don't like that setup much because it actually leaves drop a little too vulnerable. But if you have a very good AWPer on your side, you can actually do a 3-2 setup. Here you'll have two players double up either long or mid. So the player playing mid will either be playing Archway, that is towards the underground entrance towards the A bomb site, and the second player should be playing Danger. So in case either one gets taken out, there's a trade potential coming in. I've seen some teams do this, their 3-2 setup. One player is in mid while the other player is pushed up all the way haystacks in long. Now that is a poor setup in my opinion because there's no trade potential coming in either of the places. So if the T split A, like they send 2 long and 3 mid, both your players will go down without favorable trades coming in. And okay, they can get the 1-for-1 trades, but even then you'll have 3 T's streaming onto the A bomb site and you'll have one player, because 2 players, as I've already told you, will be way into the B bomb site. So it becomes difficult for the player playing the rotate role in that setup. So I would have players actually group up and stay within trading distance if you're doing a 3-2 setup. That's about all the basic setups you can do on Cobblestone. So the key question is, most of you might be asking, when do you push for information as a counter-terrorist on Cobblestone? Well, in my opinion, and even Equitas also agrees, we were having this discussion, and Equitas pointed this out, the best time for a team to actually aggress is mid to late round. Now, early aggression is always rewarded. If you have an AWPer who's feeling it and feeling confident, you can always go for that early pick mid, early pick A long, just to give yourself that man advantage. But what I've seen a lot of players do, especially at this level, is that they get greedy. So they'll get the early pick and then go for the repeat. Do not do that. As a CT, it is essential that you maintain the parity. You do not want to equalize the player. 5-5 is still going to favor the T's. 4-4 is still going to favor the T's. You want to keep a man advantage at all times, no matter what. So what do? You get the peak long, you fall back. You get the peak mid, you get the peak B long, you get the pick anywhere, you fall back. You've done your job. You've gotten the pick. You have the man advantage. Don't let yourself get traded out. Fall back. Use your utility. Utility on a map like Cobblestone. That brings me to my next point. Is your best friend. Your Molotovs, your smokes, your nades, and your flashbangs. All 4 play crucial roles on a map like Cobblestone. So if you're playing an AWPer who's going for the aggressive peek up A long, You get the shot, you smoke it off, you Molotov right behind the smoke, and you fall back. You hightail it out of there. Fall back into sight. It's all right. You've done the job. You've actually. So now you've told them that the op is the op is most likely A. That's the information that you've conveyed to them. So, okay, match has started. Trollmeister, interesting. Poker F has joined the D2D squad as a stand-in. That is extremely interesting. All right, folks, we're going live with the first pistol round. What do we see here? Okay, so as I was talking about, it's the 4-1 setup, but there's 3 players over by drop, and look at this entity are going towards. Oh, spotted out. Hellranger does spot out the shadow, but his aim does fail him. And Kappa now on the quick rotate back towards the A bomb site. They've gotten the pick, and I like what entity does here. Okay, so they get the early pick towards A, but they don't hit it. They have so much time on the clock, they decide to rather just go for the play towards the B bomb site. And in the meantime, yeah, Blackhawk is just spotting over by B-Long. They don't have the man advantage. Blackhawk spots 1, spots 2, spots 3, spots 4. He needs to make his way out of there, but unfortunately, he won't be able to. Sabby, the next line of it's going to be the next line of contact, and well, Ribby here spots out Poker F, tapping away, not really able to get anything done. But in the meantime, bomb has gone down, and it's all falling apart right now. Oh, but Kappa and Poker F landing a few quick shots and a few good shots. Poker F hasn't really been playing for D2D for a very long time, and it's kind of showing in his aim. It's a little all over the place, but it's all going to come down to him. He's trying his best, trying to land the headshots, but Excali, Ace, Ribby, and Sai all getting a kill apiece. It's a team ace. It's a team ace, pardon the cringe. And yeah, entity going to put the pistol round on the board. Alrighty. So interesting. D2D not going for the force up. We've kind of come to expect them to go for the force buy immediately after losing the pistol round. But as I was saying, this map is so important that you have your utility, that they've just gone for upgraded pistols. That's the smart move. Poker F taking some nade damage initially. Ribby's going to be poking that corner. Ribby gets 1 kill. Oh, unable to take him down there. Poker F in the meantime. Ribby does fall to Hellranger, and Hellranger and Shabby team up onto Sai getting the kill. And now it's Excali and A-Star versus Hellranger, the Lone Ranger as they call him. One of India's best in-game leaders, an up-and-coming IGL. Oh, lands a dink onto Excali. He's so very low, but it's A-Star who's going to take the fight, and double peaks coming in, and Excali is going to take Hellranger's head clean off. And it's 2 rounds on the board. It was a bit messy towards the end for Entity. But yeah, unfortunately, not really working out for D2D there. Still, it's really early days. It's still 2 rounds on the board. 3rd round going to go live in a little while. Still very early days, and again, just upgraded pistols onto a couple of players. Poker F still staying on the USP. No upgraded pistol for him. No, finally buys into a P250 as well. And it looks like it's going to be a B stack coming in. Yep, it is going to be a B stack. And there's 1 player, that is Sai, who's making his way. Okay, I like this. They made a lot of noise, but now A-Star is going to go up and find 1 pair. Gets the headshot onto Trollmeister. That is Poker F. That nade is going to sail in and not really do that much damage, but A-Star needs to be careful. He's so very low. Ace in the meantime coming in with the assist, and Ace getting the kill there. Hellranger again surviving somehow and getting shot. The bomb in the meantime does make its way over to the B bomb site. Kappa hearing Ace. Ace has done a perfect job here playing the lurk, playing the passive, playing the active lurk. He's made so much noise over by the A bomb site that the bomb does get planted towards the towards the B bomb site, and allowing Ribby also to flank all the way and shoot Hell in the back of the neck. And down he goes. Anyway, like I said, because they've ecoed the first 2 rounds, just went for upgraded pistols, they're going to have very healthy utility going into this round D2D. And as you can see, almost a full stack of nades onto 2 players, and 2 players with a full stack of nades. And Shabby also managing to get the AWP out. So we're going to see what he does with the AWP. And he's going for the aggressive peek up B-long. He's going to go up plateau and try to get the peek from the edge of the smoke. He's just playing the edge of the smoke. Oh, I think he spots out A-Star, but A-Star a little too quick for him. And down goes the AWP. That is not what was on the cards for Dare to Dream. Shabby had to get the opening pick there. Unfortunately, that smoke acting like the perfect one-way smoke for A-Star. And he does not miss those. Like I've said, this is A-Star's playground. This is A-Star's backyard. And He's just going off already. Let me just check. And in the meantime, it looks like it's going to be an A hit. PokerF holding a pretty commonly checked angle. But again, this is a one and done spot. Does miss the first shot. Almost landing the second spray through. But again, he needed to go huge there. Being one and done is not what the doctor ordered there. Hellranger in the meantime does neutralize the man advantage for the T's. Gets the kill. Falls back. Sprays away at Sai. But Sai is not going to miss those. In the meantime, the rotation does finally come in. Ribby just under the balcony. Spots out Kappa. Now it's going to be a 2v3 retake. At this point, I would call a save. There's very little chance of actually mounting this retake, especially considering the fact that neither Kappa nor Blackhawk have a kit on towards them. So they should really be calling the save, maybe go for the exit. And yeah, as you can already see, Blackhawk is hightailing it out of there. Will try and rescue the op and try and save it, and so does Kappa. Fourth round on the board for Entity for all intents and purposes. And this, again, it's falling apart. Although, I'll have to say, it is an extremely T-sided map. So, and again, it's still early days, and there we go. Blackhawk gets the kill on Ribby, but again, Ribby was on an SMG, so it was more or less a throwaway round. I don't think many players upgraded, and still saving 2 rifles. They have enough money in the kitty to buy into this round with the utmost ease. Excali there, sitting on over 10k. He can drop for a couple of teams, and there we go. Sorry, a couple of teammates, and yeah, pretty easy full buy. And Ribby again out with the Mac 10. This is them getting the Ribby getting the economy read a little bit wrong. I don't think he'd be expecting D2D to go on a force buy, which is exactly what they've done. They've got 2 M4s, 1 op that was saved up, and 2 FAMASs. This is gonna get interesting. Because see, the instruction on Ribby would be to just go, running down drop, and he'd be surprised with the amount of utility that's being thrown his way. Getting smoked off, getting molotoved off early on in the round, and that's going to tell Entity that, okay, this might not be a full eco. PokerF in the meantime is playing a very, very aggressive position over by drop. And again, it's a 4-1 setup, like I said, and there's Hellranger playing the solo player up long. Needs to be careful. Side drops down, doing a little bit of damage onto himself, possibly unintended, and PokerF is blinded as a bat, sprays away, but Ribby still managing to get the kill with a Mac 10 of all guns. Blackhawk in the meantime has rotated his way over towards the A bomb site. It's a good read coming from them. There is one player advancing, and down goes Hell. Oh, so sad. Hell had pushed up A long, and that's what I was telling, right? That's exactly what I was saying when I was talking about the A aggression being almost always severely punished. Blackhawk gonna spot out A-star. Down he goes. He spots out 2 more players, but can he do it? Nope. Gets double peeked and gets taken down. Again, it's a 2v4. And again, it's looking extremely unlikely. And Ribby has already taken up a very aggressive position over by drop. He's gonna hear Shabby crossing over towards B long and trying to go for the save. And he's gonna relay that message over to his teammates that, yo, guys, they're gonna save. You wanna go for the hunt? Go for it right now. And yeah, for those of you wondering, Amaterasu has joined D2D, but he cannot play in the first phase of the ESL, the summer series, because the teams are already locked in for the entire duration of the tournament. He can join in the next phase, that is the autumn phase of the ESL Masters Championship. Vedant 20, no. Trollmeister is PokerF. He is not Amaterasu. There we go. 5 rounds on the trot for Entity Esports, and they are doing a phenomenal job on Cobblestone. Doesn't look like it's the Cobblestone of yore when D2D used to play it with their old lineup. This new lineup still very much, not. I'm pretty sure not used to playing this map. And again, it's going to be a force buy. See, the thing is, as long as they keep 2 rifles alive, they can keep forcing into these rounds. They're on the full max loss bonus. So, at least they have that going. But I don't think that's the idea for any game of Counter-Strike, is to save round after round. And again, another explosive play coming out from Entity. This time, they're going to just YOLO B. And Kappa is going to be the first point of contact. Shabby, again, is playing Chicken Coop. Like I said, it's a very common spot that gets Molotov, and he's going to hightail it out of there. Kappa is going to see some action very soon. He's going to play back Broken Wall, peeks around the corner, spraying away, gets one. In the meantime, Shabby does pick up the kill on Excali as well. The first time in a very long time, the man advantage lying with the CTs. But look at this, Ribby's already made his way in towards drop, and I don't think Poker has any clue. But in the meantime, Hellranger does find Ribby taking a ton of damage onto himself in the meantime as well. But it's still a 4v2. Sai is internally bleeding. Finally put out of his misery by Shabby. And now it's Ace with it all to do. 1v4, what can he do? The main objective of this round would be to take as many rifles away from... Oh, what a shot on the Blackhawk. And he knows where Shabby is playing from. So his objective is to get at least one more rifle out of the hand of D2D. Shabby jump spotting not really working out the best for him there. And oh, Shabby, what a great pixel shot onto right to Ace. And he sees off this round with a huge triple kill and managing to keep 3 players alive there. That means now they can finally start building their economy and make something happen maybe on the CT side. So that's the thing right now. On Cobblestone, on the CT side, a team should be happy with 6 rounds. Anything above that is just bonus. Means that the team playing the T side really had very little idea of how to play the T side on Cobblestone. So, curious setup. A 3-2 for the other way around. Instead of on the B bomb side, they've stacked towards A. Double stack along long. And there's 2 players playing drop. That is going to be Kappa and Shabby. Shabby just holding with the op towards triangle. It's going to re-smoke drop right now. And he's getting completely blinded. Kappa, the other player over by drop. For now, A-Star hasn't spotted any long aggression. But he should have heard Shabby's scope towards triangle. And there we go, Sai getting the first kill, and Poker F also goes down. That is kind of shambolic. Those 2 going down to Sai all by his lonesome. Very cheap kills to give away. And now Sai is just going to play the active lurk. He's just going to make a lot of noise towards the A bomb side. Maybe try and take as many players, peel as many players away from the B bomb side. But I don't think that either D2D should fall for this. In the meantime, the B hit is coming into full swing. Shabby gets the first kill on A-Star, but then getting completely Helen Kellered, making his way to safety. But the lurk is already in. But look at the Shabby, all alone by drop with the AWP, going for the no scope, missing it. And Hellranger, can he get this kill? Spraying away, gets the 1 kill. But there's already a lurk in the form of Sai. But he's made his way onto the bomb side, and now Hellranger in the 1v2. What can he do? He needs to isolate the 1v1s, but not going to present themselves in a 1v1 fashion here. Entity, they're too smart, too experienced, and now the worst that possibly could have happened has happened. D2D get hard reset. Alrighty, getting hard reset, just pistols, a couple of upgraded pistols, and gonna take the aggressive peek over by mid. Hellranger at least spotting out 1 player, that is Sai. Sai loves to lurk on this map, and he does a very good job of it as well, as you saw in the previous round. Single-handedly getting the 2 kills that actually enabled Entity to get the round. In the meantime, Ribby gonna open things up with the kill onto Poker. And they're not going to aggress in. I like this. They're just going to keep the CTs on their toes. They're still going to keep them guessing. In the meantime, Kappa taking a gander at a peek up by long. Will get Molotoved off and will get taken down on the retreat, leaving Shabby all alone with a P2000, and that's really not all that he can do. Hellranger in the meantime playing ring around the rosies, and the double peek coming out long really does help in taking down Sai. That's the lurk down. That's an AK-47 saved, and Hell should just look towards keeping that rifle alive to the end of this round. Oh, Blackhawk getting the kill onto Ace. Does take some damage. Might want to recover that rifle, but the hunt should be on in full force, and it is. They don't want D2D to save these 2 rifles that they have recovered. Ace are going to spot out at least 1 player. Oh, look at that smart off angle being played by Hell. I think that is Hell who's playing downstairs. No, that is Blackhawk right now. He should hear these 2 players. They're going to check Rapunzel, but unfortunately for them, there's no one who's going to be playing there. So for those of you wondering in chat why... Oh, Blackhawk needs to be careful. A-Star not really checking below him. Hell has made his way into museum and will save the rifle. So that's 2 AK-47 saved. That's going to come in huge for this round. But for those of you wondering why PokerF is standing in for Antidote, the reason is that there's huge thunderstorms happening in Kolkata, and the internet and the power situation there is extremely precarious, which is why they're playing with a stand-in right now. Actually, 2 stand-ins, because Kappa, for all intents and purposes, has left the squad. He's going to be taking on the coaching role going forward, and Amaterasu is going to be playing in his stead. But yeah, he cannot play until the next season. Oh, Shabby taking that aggressive peek, and you really got to hit those. Cannot afford to miss those, and you let the opponents know that this is the site that the op is over towards. So he might just get bum rush. In the meantime, Hellranger spotting out a player in mid. That Molotov going to be a little too deep for that player playing in the cubby in arches towards mid. And in the meantime, A-Star still going to hold patiently. Again, they're making a lot of noise towards the A bomb side, but the bomb is all the way over towards B in museum. So you never know what entity will do. In the meantime, what is this? A-Star getting a nasty kill onto Shabby, and Sai finding the head of Hellranger. This is just not the D2D that I've come to expect. This is not the kind of gameplay I expect from a team of this caliber. They're just missing the shot. Look at that, A-Star just waltzing up towards that murder hole and just getting 2 more frags. He's on 3k this round, and now it's all down to Blackhawk. Oh, get the knife. Please get the knife. Yeah, boy. Blackhawk with the backstab onto Ribby. That's going to really tilt Ribby if I know him at all. Generally a very calm person, but not someone to take backstabbing very lightly. A nice headshot that Blackhawk lands onto A-Star. But unfortunately, these are not impact frags. These are doing absolutely nothing but gaining him some money for the round. And unfortunately, at this point, you really want to get some impact frags. The opening frags as the players make their way onto the bomb site. And Hellranger, they're completely whiffing his spray, not helping his cause at all. And that's allowed Entity to put the 8th round on the board. And also, they allowed to get them onto the A bomb site, get the 8th round on the board, and put D2D in a very sticky situation. And there we go. Scores are 8-1 after 9 rounds of play. And yeah, D2D need to dig deep and find some of those. I mean, Hellranger needs to open up his playbook and find some of those fancy strats and those excellent IGLing that he's very well regarded for and well known for. And again, a stack towards the B bomb side. Actually, it's just broken wall this time. There's a stack towards drop. Trollmeister or PokerF playing that from outside, playing it passive, while Kappa is spotting inside, playing from the second room in drop. In the meantime, it's going to come down to Shabby, who's playing very close by broken wall. He's just spotting B-Long. Might want to sneak on over to the cubby by B-Long, play this off angle, can catch someone off guard, but that nade's going to actually tell them where he's playing from. In the meantime, Ribby just opening things up and drop here. A quick 3k for him. Just, chomping down on the eco frags right now. Ribby with those excellent 3k. And can he make it 4? No, he can't. Shabby does land the kill on him, but this is going to be short-lived as A-Star is going to find Shabby, and Excali going to find Hellranger over towards mid, trying to backstab. All right, so far an extremely straightforward, run of things for Entity Gaming. 9 rounds they've put together, and that's been basically first 5 rounds on the trot and then 4 rounds in a row again. And now D2D again on a full loss bonus, the blue shell effect coming into play, and finally Shabby landing that opening kill, that crucial opening kill, and he's doing the smart thing. He's falling back, repositioning that hand cannon of his, the big green cannon. He's going to take it back over towards long. And in the meantime, Hell does find the kill onto A-Star. This is more like the round that should have happened a long time ago. Shabby gonna smoke him off, but he's gonna get pushed. And Shabby, the 3K for the round, can he make it 4 is the question. He's still playing very aggressive. And oh, that pop flash gonna catch him square in the face. But there's Hell Ranger with the assist. 2K for him and a 3K for Sai. And these two, the dynamic duo over by the A-bomb side. The perfect illustration of the A side hold. And yeah, even though Shabby getting pop flash there doesn't really help Entity much, because there's Hell Ranger just playing there by the side, playing the assist, gets tagged in and cleans up the kill. Shabby was instrumental in picking up that round. And again, Hell gonna go over towards long. They're gonna switch it up. 4-1 setup coming in again. Hell playing it a little more passive this time. A-Star is pushed up all the way up B-plat. There is a player that is PokerF playing Hobbit Hole. Will A-Star check it is the question. He seems to think there is someone there, but Shabby is watching intently, but scoping out at the worst possible moment there, Shabby. Timing not his best friend. And the smoke gonna extinguish his Molotov, and that's gonna allow A-Star to beat a hasty retreat. And in the meantime, Sai gets the lone player over by the A-bomb side. Hell Ranger constantly getting kicked. Oh, and the perfect team flash coming in. Blackhawk, just that flashbang just causing enough distraction for him to get the kill. So for Excali to get the kill. Perfect flashbang coming in from Ribby over by Drop. In the meantime, the A-bomb side has been completely relinquished. Although Shabby does get the kill onto a wounded Excali, it's not really going to matter because he's going to get picked apart the moment he peeks connector. There's two players playing him, flanking him from either side of Dildo, and he's realized it. He's hightailing it out of there, just trying to keep the AWP alive. But the question is, will he be able to? A-Star's made his way into Drop, spots out PokerF, but PokerF lands a nasty headshot onto A-Star. But again, these are not impact frags. These frags should be happening when they happen, you know, while the T's are entering a bomb site. And Hell Ranger just dying way too cheaply. Ace finds one. PokerF is already very low and finds two, cleaning up the round. And the thing is, you don't really need an op on Cobblestone on the T side. An Entity making it seem like child's play right now. Just complete and utter destruction of D2D is happening. They're getting annihilated is the question, is the answer. Like, we do see flashes of brilliance coming in from them from, you know, from round to round, but that's not nearly enough to compete at this level. But again, I can't really, you know, begrudge D2D much. Oh, but look at that. Finally, Hell Ranger, that aggression up mid paying off. He should reconsider playing long and just play towards mid. But in the meantime, PokerF also finding the kill onto Ace. That's see. So these are the things that sometimes, as I was talking about, these flashes of brilliance that are coming out from D2D. But it could also be due to the fact that maybe Entity are taking their foot off the pedal at crucial moments that are causing them to, you know, lose focus and lose personnel a little too cheaply, in my opinion. And yeah, again, PokerF playing by Murder Hobbit Hole, as I like to call it. It's the tiny little cubby that's been recently created that flashbangs. The smokes go sailing in, the Molotovs come sailing in. Trollmeister or PokerF completely blinded, and Shabby gonna be the first point of contact. Gets one. He's already done a lot of damage onto Sai, and he goes down. And now it's all down to Ribby, who is gonna play Drop, and he's gonna get taken down by Kappa, who's just camping right below his chin. Gonna shoot him through the bottom of his face, and the bullet will travel the distance to the top of his skull. Good night, Ribby. And yeah, Shabby with the amazing double kill there over by the boosted spot by Tree. And as someone in chat has just pointed out, not too shabby, folks. Not too shabby at all. It's a very common pun. I'm trying to really avoid it. But, you know, sometimes it just, that pun is called for. And that is one of the perfect moments that is called for. Exactly my point. Anyway, moving on. Blackhawk with the AWP. Okay, he is known to op from time to time, but Shabby and Antidote mainly the primary and secondary and primary oppers, depending on the map. And oh, I think he spots Sai. Oh, the smoke just not letting Blackhawk spot him. The smoke saving Sai's life there. In the meantime, there's a very heavy A presence. So this is, I think Hellranger should have figured this out by now. The fact that Sai is always lurking, and you know, if Sai is playing like towards the B bomb, towards the A bomb side solo, it is more or less always going to be an A hit. And look at that, Kappa opening things up, and Shabby doubling down with the kill onto A star as well. Excali and A star bite the dust, and little to no damage done on towards D2D. They haven't lost any personnel. Players are still looking fairly healthy. Kappa on 46 points of health, still not that bad. In the meantime, Ribby is going to get flashed in a drop. And oh, Kappa, I think, spots out Ribby, and likewise, but Kappa landing the dink onto Ribby, bringing him down to 20 points of health. But the exchange does go in favor of Ribby. He's taken some damage, but I mean, he still has an AK to work with. In the meantime, Trollmeister and Blackhawk over by the A-bomb side. Again, PokerF really likes playing this Hobbit hole spot, and for good reason. It's not really checked that often. Gets one, Ribby's really low. The Molotov does come out, and now Shabby and Blackhawk with the AWP and missing a very easy shot there. Blackhawk cannot miss those, but does manage to clean things up with the kill onto Ribby. Hellranger gets ace and also managed to recover the AK-47. Keeping 3 players alive, crucial. Money building up, not really going to matter. This is the last round of the half, and look at that, Excali, you cheeky boy. The sword off. We're going to see some JW plays here towards drop, ladies and gentlemen. So prepare yourself. I hope it works out for him. Alrighty. This time, 2 players still in spawn. I think this time Ribby is going to make his way over towards the A-bomb side. There's a 2-player presence over by the A-bomb side. The bomb is also dropped there, so it might telegraph. It might be an A hit, and Excali taking a ton of nade damage early on, and Sai losing his head to Blackhawk. Alrighty then. Not going as per plan. Excali taking that huge amount of damage, not really going to work in his favor. Alrighty, things have slowed down, and for good reason. That early pick on by Blackhawk and the damage taken by Excali putting a huge stopper on things for Entity Gaming going forwards. Flashbang going to come in, and it's going to be PokerF to engage. Spots out A-star. A-star still playing behind the boxes. Does some damage over towards Shabby, but does get taken down by PokerF, who's playing very passively over by the statue, just waiting for these players to make their way in. And Excali finally going to be making his way down towards drop. Does get flashed in. Shabby needs to be careful. I don't think he realizes, but Shabby turns around 180 and decapitates Excali right off the bat. It's down to a 2v5. Shabby, the only player who's taken any amount of damage. I think PokerF does get spotted off, an ace through the flashbang completely eviscerates Kappa off the face of the server. And it's down to a 4v2. Entity have clutched these rounds in the past, and the Molotov might trouble PokerF a little bit. Yep, it's going to burn his butt a little bit, but not really something that's going to trouble him too much. But Ace, somebody whack this guy. He's already done so much damage. Gets the 3k for the round. He's in a 1v2 now. Spots out Shabby. But does he realize there's a flank coming in? No, Blackhawk just in the nick of time, peeking out and shooting Ace in the back of the head, gangland style. And D2D put 5 rounds on the board. It's not too bad. If D2D clinch the pistol round, they still have a way back into the map. It's still an extremely CT-sided map. And seeing how things were, I am surprised that Entity actually let slip 5 rounds on their T side. Alright folks, we're going live with the pistol round. Shabby on D2D is the dedicated utility player. And over on Entity, everyone's just going to be running armor to protect against the spam that the Glocks have. In the meantime, Excali does spot out a lot of long aggression and is falling back. There's 3 players making a beeline towards long, making a lot of noise, and they're going to fall back again. This is exactly what Entity did, although what helped them that round was that they also got the opening pick on Hellranger. That was Sai who did get that opening pick. And Ribby playing very passive by drop. He's playing just outside it by the window. And we have Sai spotting B long. This is the telltale signs of a late drop play that, is one of Hell's go-to strats. And what can he do? A-Star does spot out PokerF's head, but he's getting spammed from all directions. It's gonna come down to Xcali, who's the lone player over by the A-bomb site. There's two players already making their way. What a shot on the Blackhawk, but Hellranger pops out from the corner and decapitates him. In the meantime, Ace does find PokerF. It's down to a 3v3. What can they do? It's been planted for long. Shabby gonna peek from underpass, and there we go. Ribby getting shot in the back of the head. Taken down almost instantly. Sai does spot out. Shabby takes a few pot shots at Hellranger, but he's taking some damage, not really dishing out much in return. And nasty headshot coming in from Kappa, I think, who's playing by Sight. And Sai tapper away, but Kappa does land that telling headshot. But Ace in the meantime is taking a ton of damage. There's very little time left on the clock, and Hellranger should be able to clutch this out, no problem. But Ace still somehow managing to stay alive. There's just no time left though, so the round has been won, but just to put the icing on the cake, Shabby there getting the headshot onto Ace. And there we go, just as the doctor had prescribed. D2D pick up the pistol round. And now they can actually look towards building their economy. But Entity, I think after Brutality, they are the scariest force buy team to be going up against. They win an ungodly number of force buys. And Ace are going to take the early fight over by mid. Not really the ideal weapon of choice in my opinion, the CZ, to be engaging at that range. The next Cali, this is more like the CZ range. Close ranges that, high rate of fire can really dish out the damage. It's a very high DPS weapon for those of you familiar with, RPGs. Oh, look at that. Ribby just teasing PokerF, and PokerF spotted it. He's itching for Ribby to just pop the top of his scalp up so that he can give him a brand new haircut. And there we go. Oh, but what? Trollmeister missing a sitter of a shot and taking a ton of damage. That is not how you play that angle. And Hellranger finding the kill onto A-Star. That's better, much better. In the meantime, Xcali pops out from behind, gets the drop onto Blackhawk, and also Hellranger. Xcali, the danger player, always so explosive and always so dangerous. And now he single-handedly puts the man advantage back in the favor of the CTs. And this is what I was saying, right? The Entity Esports are one of the most dangerous teams to go up against on a force buy. And Xcali already holding a very aggressive angle, spraying away, gets one. And Trollmeister, that's PokerF, walks into his spray. Xcali on the ace, it seems, but Shabby with the MAC-10. Not really much he can do against armored opponents. It's basically an automatic block. Shabby picks out the USP, starts tapping away, and Sai should be able to close this out. Or is he just waiting for Xcali? No, Sai does find the kill onto Shabby. Xcali, huge 4K, monumental 4K, and instrumental in clutching this round for Entity Esports. Anywho, Entity Esports immediately answering back with that force buy and forcing D2D on a force of their own. And this time Ribby playing drop with the Mag-7. It's a very viable gun at drop or broken wall. These are the two spots where the shotguns are really, really OP. But yeah. A-Star is just going to be jump spotting over by mid and long. It's a very good spot to just, spot towards both sides. In the meantime, it looks like it's going to be a B hit. It's going to be a fast play out of drop and B long. And Sai is ideally poised here. He does have a Mac-10, not the best weapon to go up against armored opponents. But it's all going to come down to Ribby and how well he stops this play towards drop. And Sai just rattling off a few shots towards the smoke, but he does give his position away and does fall down in eventually. Kappa getting that nice headshot onto him, but Ace making his way towards Statue, spots out the whole team, takes down Blackhawk, has to reload now. Hellranger. Oh, Trollmeister does find A-Star, but Kappa's there, and PokerF just still trying to tap away, but Ribby with that swag 7 will see off this round and recover the the AK-47 as well. 3 AKs recovered. That is going to be huge going into this round because, well, D2D now have to go for a hard eco. And they really have no choice. The money on them is completely shot to shit, as they say. Shabby trying his best. He's on 17 frags, but quite a few of them have been exits. In terms of impact frags, that one round that Shabby clutched with a 3K was absolutely huge. But otherwise, it's been more of a no-show for quite a lot of the D2D squad. And look at this. Ace gonna go up against a lot of players early round. That Molotov's gonna go down. Should delay the, rush towards the B long side. And he's gonna jump up in Broken Ball. I mean, why not? He's just going up against Glocks. They're like water pistols against armored opponents. And there we go. Ace inside doubling up towards long. And now it's all down to Hellranger with the P250. He doesn't even have armor to work with. Does spot out Ace, and Ace does spot him out in turn as well. What does Hellranger do is the question. He does have the bomb. Does have a minute and 10 seconds to work with. But as of right now, he really doesn't have that many options. He's up against 5 CTs armed to the teeth with weaponry. And there we go. Ace seeing off that round with 3 juicy SMG kills. That's the dirty SMG money farm for him. And I think he might just carry this gun forward. A UMP still at the position he's playing is still a very viable weapon. That is Broken Wall. So he might just want to continue with this gun and just upgrade the utility, just, refresh and restock his utility. Alrighty, buy round coming in from D2D finally, and Kappa already out towards B long. He's gonna take his time, make a lot of noise, and then fall back. That's a smart thing to do. In the meantime, Ace and Sai just bunched up here. Ace is just gonna smoke himself, and there's gonna be a huge drop play coming in, but Ribby's there, gets 1 kill, unable to get the 2nd kill, and A-Star's already out of door. He can actually catch Kappa off guard. He does, gets 1, continues spraying, unable to land the kill, but he's gonna get shot in the back of the head. And he does, in fact, get shot in the back of the head. In the meantime, Excali is gonna Molotov off doors. He's gonna buy him some time. Is he gonna rotate through the smoke? Oh, that's so smart. He's gonna just push through the smoke. Catch Hellranger napping and tries to transfer the spray. But Shabby's already made his way out onto the B-bomb, so he's taken a ton of damage. And now it's all gonna come down to Shabby in a 1v2. But Excali is already bleeding internally. He doesn't really have much of a chance if he does decide to face. That nade not going to do any damage whatsoever towards Shabby. Excali goes down and it's all coming down to Ace. Can Shabby clutch this? This is going to be huge for the team, and he does clutch it. Shabby again with a huge 3K to clutch out the 7th round for D2D. And well, Entity's money is still looking pretty good. They can buy into this round pretty easily. Ace can drop over guns. I don't think he even needs to drop over guns. Everyone can buy up. Sai is going to be a little light on the utility. But the problem is the D2D lost 4 members that round, so they're not even gonna be able to buy up properly. Yeah, there's gonna be a couple of UMPs that we're gonna see out onto the team. In fact, Kappa's not gonna have any head armor. That's a strict no-no against M4s. Alrighty, so can D2D actually string 2 rounds together? That would actually start to strain the Entity economy. They might go for a force buy next round. They are notorious for going for force buys, even if one single player can buy up, but they might just want to eco. Well. I'm liking this setup that Entity brings to the table. See, oh, look at that. A-Star with the AWP opening things up with the kill onto Blackhawk. And Excali still holding this off angle, like it's the Kenny S spot, as many call it, over by long. Most people don't really check it, and it's just perfectly positioned towards the headshot if anyone does crop up danger. In the meantime, Hell's holding this angle, does spot out Excali, and he'll be able to make his way out unscathed. That is quite rare in those situations. And it looks like it's going to be an A hit in full measure, and Excali just showing off his movement skills, making his way towards the back of the A-bomb site. Oh, spots out Shabby, rattles off a few shots. In the meantime, A-Star is going to be peeking towards long. He's going to get completely blinded, needs to be careful. There is a player playing over by door. He's going to find a lot of damage onto Shabby. But the A hit is in full force and full swing, and A-Star's just going absolutely ham. Already on a 3K, can he find the fourth? The answer is oh no, Hellranger finding that crucial kill, but Excali and Sire there in the form of backup to shut down this A play even before it even bears any sort of fruit whatsoever. And Entity immediately break back D2D, and yet again their money is completely wrecked. Absolutely gone for a toss, as they say. And yeah, Entity look like they're going to run away with this, because it's going to be a pretty shabby force buy. And well, take nothing away from Shabby, he's tried his best. He's on 20 kills. Kappa, Poker F, not really showing up this map. And look at this early aggression up Excali. He's going to pop flash his way out long. Finds one, finds almost two. But at least now, oh wait, A-Star's already on the support there. Will hear Trollmeister drop down. Kappa needs to be careful, and Kappa goes down. Man advantage restored back in the favor of Entity Esports. And the problem is, because the rifle was dropped so far ahead, and Ace already pushing up B long and getting the kill onto Hellranger, and Sai finding Blackhawk. And Pokeref now all alone, left wondering, where did my team go? And Ace also cleaning things up with the kill on to Trollmeister or Poker F. That's 15 rounds on the board for Entity, and this looks like it has all the makings of a 16-7. Because, well, yet again, D2D will be on a pretty, pardon my French, shit buy. And what can they do? They have 3 smokes, 3 flashbangs, maybe one more smoke being picked up. No, a couple of more smokes being picked up by Blackhawk, and 4 smokes, 1 Molotov, and 5 flashbangs. Oh, what's this? Sai taking a... What? Who knifed Sai in the back at spawn is my question. Someone find the traitor. And Sai will be wondering the same thing. Like, kya kar raha hai be? In the meantime, Ribby does find Kappa. A-Star, Poker F does trade, but, you know, A-Star's there to get the quick trade as well. And oh, Sai literally wipes the floor with Blackhawk there, completely obliterates him off the face of the server. Hellranger barreling his way out of drop, only to find a very pissed off Ace shooting his M4 towards his direction, and A-Star cleaning thing up with the kill onto Shabby. As I said, it's gonna be a 16-7. Entity Esports at the end of the day finding it pretty easy, but all credits to D2D. They did play with 2 stand-ins. Amaterasu still to play a single game for them. He's going to only feature once the next phase starts. And unfortunately, Antidote could have been the difference maker, but due to thunderstorms and unforeseeable weather conditions, he couldn't play the game. And Entity clinched this game pretty convincingly towards the end, 16-7. And yeah, that's another victory for them. So that's been all for me tonight. I'll see you all tomorrow, folks, for tomorrow's game of Counter-Strike. Same time, same place, 8 p.m. sharp, ESL India. Remember to hit that like button, and also remember to hit that subscribe button. This has been Fet, and I'm signing off. Hope you all have a fantastic Sunday thus far, and continue to have a great Sunday. See you all tomorrow, folks. Good night.
Well, total decimation. Although Dare to Dream did try to mount a comeback there, they could not take the match home with a victory. They have to suffer a defeat at the hands of Entity Gaming. Saya and Gang have ensured that the 16-7 score pretty much in their favor. Well, that's what we have for you guys from the Day 14 live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017 Phase 2 Summer Season. And today is a very important day because today we're going to be finishing off all the games. What's going to happen is from Thursday we're going to take a small break, and from Thursday onwards we're going to begin the promotion relegation system for the Phase 3, which means some teams are going to get axed out and some are going to get a shoulder boost into the Master League. We'll find out once when the playoffs happen. That's going to be happening on Tuesday, so mark your dates, mark your day. 6:30 p.m. IST is when we come to you every time we go live with the games. That's Clash Royale, Best of 5, Dota 2 and Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Well, this is me, Vagish Godslayer Bhan, signing off for the night, but we will be back again soon with the playoffs and more amazing esports action. This is the ESL India Premiership 2017 Summer Season Phase 2, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Zawi by Bendu, and organized by Novel Gaming. Have a great night, folks.
Rolling snake eyes. One too many.